Hey everybody, we still have the new setup. If this is the first stream that you've been to this week, check this out. I actually have an overlay now. It took me an embarrassingly long time to get one of these things, but I actually have it, finally. Finally, look how fancy it is. I mean, it's not that fancy, but look how nice it is regardless. There's some animations and things that you'll see coming in a second. God, it's so nice. Let me go ahead and set some final stuff up here, and then we will get into the fun very quickly. How's everybody doing? Actually, because I want to flex. Check this out. Check this. Oh, there we go, Dante. Hey, Dante, thank you for the sub. Do you guys see that? You guys see that? Look at that. This is my new announcements panel. I'll talk about that in a second. Like, look, the way that they slide in. I'm so happy with that. It's not even that fancy. But, like, look, here, I'll do a fake one. Another subscribe. Look. Quick, it slides in. It doesn't interrupt whatever's going on. It's like its own thing, but it's a big shout out to people who are there. I'm so proud of it. And what else? This. Here's a little preview of what we're doing. Look at that. Look at that. Seamless transitions. It looks so much more professional than it used to. I'm so proud of it. Anyway. Oh, perfect. Someone just asked a question that actually goes great with what I want to start with. So first off, Judo Boy Gamer, thank you for the sub. By the way, if I miss your subs, it's because I'm still used to this system. I will try to thank everybody, but I'm working on it. Before we get into the power scaling for today's stream, I believe Amy did the announcement. She did. Thank you. I will go through a couple quick announcements. Actually, I lied. I got to promote JP to mods. There we go. JP's the new mod, everybody. Listen to JP. Well, a new mod, not the new mod. A new mod. Anyway, before we get started on all of the fun things that are going to be happening tonight, I am going to set up a concurrent TikTok live, and as I do that, I am going to talk about the announcements things in the panel, because there are some new things, and these are going to be up for the whole stream. I can switch the text in there if I need to, but I'm thinking about leaving this up for now. First off, the Marvel RPG one-shot is up on the D&Dorks YouTube. It is not on Twitch VODs. It is on the D&Dorks YouTube channel. A link to that will be going through in chat. If you want to see that, that's where it is. We had a great time doing it. If you subscribe to the D&Dorks Patreon, you can see our after show for that episode and our character creation session. So that is all now available. Secondly, my Twitch VODs YouTube has finally been uploaded. I think I put a... Yeah, there we go. The D&Dorks prompt doesn't work, does it not? I might have broken one of my Nightbot commands. Let me see if I fix that as I'm talking here. Anyway, what does work is the new command for my YouTube channel. So that is where my Twitch VODs are going now. That is where all 7 episodes of Canon Clash are. That was the game show that I did, and I'm still going to do later this month. The analysis that I did of the Marvel Multiverse RPG, the professional, pro DM analysis, that is going to be up there. It is up there. This stream is also going to be on my VODs YouTube channel, so I'll go subscribe to my VODs YouTube channel. Hold on, someone said D&D. Wait, the alias you set this command to be. Oh, hold on, try it now. Try it now. There we go. The D&Dorks command in chat now works. Sorry, I had that broken. That was my bad. It does work now. But anyway, Marvel RPG one-shot up on the D&Dorks YouTube. My YouTube for VODs is also now updated. It has a lot of old stuff on there now. Tonight's stream is also going to be there. Also, final announcement. Next week, beginning next week, I am starting a new stream schedule. I am trying to beta test it. It may stay, it may not. But streams are going to be moved up an hour. So they are going from 8 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. TikTok pre-shows are also going to be going up an hour from 7 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. Don't want to do the time conversion. It's literally just an hour. Now, sorry this is taking so long. I'm still used to being more of a professional here. But as I do these final little steps here, I will explain what tonight's going to be. Check this out. Guys, I'm so proud of this. Look at that. Look at how clean that is. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, this is the wheel. This is the wheel made by me and my Discord server earlier today. I'm going to step off camera because I'm setting up a tripod, but I'm still going to be talking about what this is, so just hold on a second. On this wheel, we have 100 characters. They're not Marvel characters. They are not DC characters. There are some video game characters, but mostly not. They are largely nonsense characters. They are kids' cartoon show characters. There are fast food restaurant mascots and snack restaurant mascots. All sorts of things. There are very random TV show characters. Just all sorts of whatever nonsense we wanted. When we actually start, in just like 2 minutes after I set this up, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be spinning twice on this wheel. And then we are going to be doing a way too deeply analyzed versus battle discussion of the characters that we get. I'm actually going to be doing research. You guys are going to get to watch my research process. Think of this like a courtroom. Think of this like a courtroom where we are going to be deciding which of these characters wins in single combat. If this is a popular enough concept, we're going to do it more, because I think this is something I can milk for all it's worth, you know? So we're going to have a fun time with it. Sorry, TikTok is a horrible app, and so setting up my concurrent lives, it's so good for promo. But my goodness, is it annoying to do. Talking versus battles. Green screen my name on there. Well, my Twitch on there so people can actually find me. The heck is this? There we go. Then plug this in and we're all set. Mom said, I gifted a... Yes, that is my real mother in the chat, by the way. I gifted a sub to no one. I don't get it. What happens with it now? I didn't know you could do that. I'm not gonna lie, Mom. I didn't know you could gift subs without putting a recipient in there. That's weird. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not able to easily answer that question, but I did not know that was a thing that was possible, so... Oh, Hobomaster, thank you for the bits. That's... Hobomaster, thank you both for the bits and for pointing out a bug in my system, because that should not have just gone over, over the announcements. I'll fix that later. And the TikTok Live is up in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Now we can actually start the fun. Sorry that took so long. But, let's get into this. I didn't know you had a Twitch. I watched you on TikTok so much. Well, thank you. Twitch supports me way better than TikTok does, so I do very much appreciate support here. Now, anything else I need to talk about? Or are we set to go with these ridiculous versus battles? We will do our first spin if we are all ready. Now, I'm not going to go through what the list is. You can see a little bit of a preview here because I don't have this 100% centered. Let's start going. First spin of the night. I have no idea how many of these we're going to get through. We're going to just find out. First spin. First character. First 1v1. There are some teams, but we'll deal with that on the off chance. This rolls for a really long time. Of course we got that first. Oh, it's one I need to explain right off the jump. Okay, this was a suggestion from Luna in my Discord. I don't know if anyone knows this. There's a snack company called Bimbo, which is really funny. And it's just a bear. It's just like a little bear mascot. That did not center right. Yeah, it's just like a little guy. It's just a little guy, and apparently this is going to be the first one that we do. Do characters get removed from the wheel after they get spun? Nah, because it's versus battles, so I'll just reroll. What a hell of a start. Okay, so this is going to be our first character. I don't know how we're going to research this. I put this one as an outlier. Isn't it pronounced Bimbo? Is it? It's a bread company, actually. This is why we have to do research, guys, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what is this bear going to be fighting? I put that as an outlier. I didn't think we were actually going to get 1% chance of getting it. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's a bread company from Mexico. All right. And the bear is going to be fighting. This is going to be such a stupid stream. Jake and the Neverland Pirates from Disney Junior. Oh, I'm so excited for this, guys. Okay. I need to turn my air conditioning up. It's hot in here. Hold on. I'm actually going to go do that really quick. Hold on. Give me like a second to run out into my my hallway here. Ah. Go down. There we go. Ah, there we go. I fixed it. Sorry. Texas heat is awful, guys. Texas heat is horrible, and that is where I live, so air conditioning has been improved. All right. So, let's get started. Let me pull up a Google Doc. Google Doc. Battle 1. Beambo Bear versus Jake and the Neverland Pirates. And you guys are going to get to see this, Doc. I'll be typing in it as we go, of course. Can you actually see that? I might need to like recenter, zoom in, and get all this set up to go. I'll get it exactly as we start. Okay, so let's look at Jake and the Neverland Pirates first, because I believe they're probably going to have the most info to go on. And should we just say it's Jake? I know I said Jake and the Neverland Pirates, but so this is a fair 1v1. I think it's just going to be Jake. Are we okay with that? Let's see. There's definitely gonna we're gonna go to Disney Junior Fandom. That's gotta exist, right? Disney Junior Fandom. It totally does. Disney Junior Wiki. Characters. You know, I'll do this as we're or on screen. J. There's so many more characters than I thought there were gonna be. Jake from Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Amazing. Jake, later known as Captain Jake, is the titular protagonist of the Disney Junior animated series Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Alright, let's see. So, there's so many appearances. Are there like items? Feats? I don't think there's going to be any feats here. But let's see. Jake is a pirate, of course. However, I do remember, because I've seen people laughing about this before, is it not part of, like, the code of Jake and the Neverland Pirates to just not be violent? Hello, Mr. Superhero. I'm a big fan of your TikToks. I'm glad I can finally catch one of your streams. Well, welcome. I'm glad I'm glad that you are able to be here. So, let's see. Jake is fearless, handsome. Isn't he, like 8? I'm not going to comment on that one. Fearless, caring, daring, and a natural-born leader. He's easily annoyed by Captain Hook's scheme, so he fights Captain Hook. Does he fight Captain Hook? And yes, Luna, you've also pointed out something. Oh, wait! Oh, this is... okay, this is too small. We have a category of weapons. This is the most anime thing. The Forever Sword, the Destiny Sword, and I quote exactly, Mega Mecha Sword, which, now we're already in the weeds. The Mighty Captain Sword, the Shark Sword, and Captain... So he has 6 different swords, and presumably a mech? Let's see if... Okay, Mega Mecha. I need to figure out what this Mega Mecha is. Is this... Jake's Mega Mecha Sword. It's an episode. Okay. Let's see. Do we have pictures of this? Okay, hold on. He grabbed a it fell down a... This is so vague. Hold on. I'm just going to Google it, not on this wiki, because this wiki does not seem up to date. Mega Mecha Sword is really, really underwhelming. Oh! Okay, well, I've learned something helpful. There is a Disney wiki that has more information than this Disney Junior wiki specifically. See, we're learning as we go. That's important. The Mega Mecha Sword is a mechanical sword. It's said to be a blade of legend. Abilities. Compass mode. Similar to Captain Hook's Whirly Hook, the Mega Mecha Sword spins rapidly like helicopter blades so we can fly. It can morph into a periscope, a pogo stick, and a drill. So it doesn't seem to actually be a mecha. It just seems to be like a transforming sword, I guess? Well, I'm going to drag this over here so you guys can see centered a little bit better. Still getting used to this square interface. Okay, so he's got a transforming sword. That's notable. What other swords did he have? He had so many swords. These are all formerly, but screw it. The Forever Sword. Looks boring, but it's apparently magical. In spite of being a wooden sword, the Forever Sword's magic allows it to cut through material like an ordinary sword. Okay, so it's a wooden sword, but it's a real sword. That's not too interesting. That's not too interesting. Sorry, oh, I know what I can do to fix this interface. Hold on. Just put that over there. There we go. That's better. That's what I wanted it to be. There was one more sword. Sword of Destiny. What is the sword? Whoa! Okay. I'm already into the Sword of Destiny. Already into the Sword of Destiny. It's a scimitar, golden in color. Okay, that all tracks. What's it do? What's it do? He lifts the sword to the stars. It causes the shockwave that grows magic trees. Okay, we could deep dive onto Jake and the Neverland Pirates magic sword lore for a very long time, I do think. But I think we found enough. Also, do you have a second channel called Sir Supervillain on TikTok, or did I find a fake account? That is me. Fear not. I have 2 accounts on TikTok, technically 3 because I do some content for a comic book store. But yeah, Sir Superhero is me. Sir Supervillain, also me. Okay, now let's look at this bear. I do not think that this bear is going to have any feats even remotely close to... Oh, well, perfect. Okay, great. The official website of this company has a timeline. A timeline with the history of this bear. Now, it is rectangular, so it's not going to fit in this screen perfectly. Dawn of the... Okay. The first image of the Osito Bimbo, which I believe... Osito means small bear, correct? I don't speak Spanish, but, like, understanding a little bit, does this mean small bear? I would guess. Luna's here, so Luna can confirm that. Inspired by an image of a bear seen on a Christmas card. A couple of years later, underwent a slight modification. I'm just skimming all this, and I'm going to give you just the most interesting stuff. Also, welcome to everybody who's just showing up. We are power scaling in the worst way possible. Okay, here's the first information about, like personality. His features became more rounded to help communicate and emphasize his tenderness and kind character. So the only thing we know about this bear is this bear breaks bread and is tender and kind. Good to know. They made him front-facing for a while and immediately walked that back. Well, 5 years later. Emphasizing tenderness. Okay, this is a pattern. This is a pattern. Always in the vanguard is wild to say. Hobo Master, thank you for the gifted sub. Okay. So this didn't help as much as I was hoping. I was hoping that there was going to be like lore for this character that the timeline would give us, but this is this is basically just history. I'm doing some more research and I'm finding nothing. It's just history. Oh, 5 facts you never knew about the bear. Okay. Popicon.com. I'm sorry, popicon.life. Popicon.life. Give us something. Give us something. I have ad block on, right? I think I do. I just like to keep that on for streams just to be safe. Okay. He's 65 years old. All right. There are several origins behind the name. Boring. He's passionate about baking. Okay. He loves sports. He's a big fan of all things outdoors, including bike riding, playing baseball, and soccer. That's cool. Okay. Adam of Pluto, thank you for the sub. So we know that this bear is slightly athletic, but Jake of Jake and the Neverland Pirates has like 3 magic swords. So the official ruling of the first versus battle of what I do think is going to be a series, because this is hilarious. This was a very easy one. This is a very easy one. It's Jake. Jake, I'm sorry. Well, okay. Let's be honest with ourselves here. This is not a serious stream. I don't care about this being serious. I think what actually happens, since they are both explicitly described as being kind and caring, is they team up and Jake uses the magic sword to, like, slice the bread. You know? That's, like, the final scene of this fight, is they team up and then there's a scene of him, like, cutting bread and distributing it to the rest of the pirates. But if we're going by Bloodlust rules, Jake cuts this bear in half. First winner. I wish I had a gavel. Do I have anything around me that is hammer-like that I could use as a gavel? That'd be funny. I have an empty drink bottle. Will this make a gavel noise? No, not at all. Do I have like a Mjolnir prop around here? I have my spear. This is way too big. No, can't do that. Go back there. I'll just use my hand. Screw it. First winner, Jake and the Neverland Pirates. Easy. I'll just bold it. I'm gonna actually it's a Jake of the Neverland Pirates. That'll be better. Easy first win. Second battle, let's go. Let me center this wheel. Actually, I should not have it centered because the name is gonna pop up centered. Here we go. All right. Use the Musanori Itachi. Yeah, I could. All right. I'm not removing characters from the wheel because I think there's validity to having the same characters going up against different ones. If we get a duplicate already, I'll just reroll. All right. Who are we doing next? This wheel spins for so long, man. Let's go! Let's go! Pixar lamp! Pixar lamp for round 2! Okay. All right. Who's the Pixar lamp gonna be fighting? Oh my god. Pixar lamp versus Robin's Batarang, the sentient Batarang from Teen Titans Go. All right, cool. All right. Let's check some. Let me write this down. Let me write this down. I don't know if you can see this, but this is just for documentation's sake. I don't care if it's centered. Battle 2. Pixar lamp versus Robin's sentient. That's not how you spell that. Sentient. There we go. Batarang from Teen Titans Go. Okay. Googling Pixar lamp immediately shows an Amazon link, which is not what I. There we go. Wikipedia for Luxo Jr., the character. Luxo Jr. is a semi-anthropomorphic toy desk lamp character used as the primary mascot of Pixar Animation Studios. He is the protagonist of the short film of the same name and appears on the production logo of every Pixar film, hopping into view and jumping on the capital letter I in Pixar to flatten it. Okay. Let's look at the film. The film, right? And yes, I'm sorry, Birdarang. Birdarang is technically what Robin's thing is. Okay, let's see. Lasseter followed advice from somebody and conceived the plot for a short film. It involved two characters, Luxo Jr. and a bigger lamp called Luxo Sr. Luxo Jr. plays with a small ball. Yeah, he's just sad about it. Now this is interesting. Sesame Street shorts. We do have more content here. Luxo Jr. demonstrates both light and heavy by using a beach ball to demonstrate light and a bowling ball to demonstrate heavy. Okay, let me see if I can find this. Sesame Street, light and heavy. Sesame Street, heavy light. Let me add Pixar in there. Sesame Street, light and heavy. That was so easy to find, actually. Let me pause this music. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to actually be able to hear this, but you should be able to see it. I'm not going to get copyright struck for this, right? I don't think so. If I do, I'll deal with it. Also, by the way, let me know if you guys are getting ad breaks in this stream. You should, but I'm still working on that system, so it may or may not be working. If you see ad breaks, don't watch them. I don't care if you skip the ads, or not, don't skip them, but like turn away and do something else or go to the bathroom or whatever. But anyway. Okay. Sesame Street, light and heavy. I have no idea if you guys can hear this. I don't know if there even is sound, but it's about the visuals anyway. Okay, he's got the ball. He pushes the ball. The ball floats around. Yep, that's how that works. Kicks it back. This is only a minute long, so we are going to watch the whole thing. Okay. Strength tier, so low. This nerd can't even push a bowling ball. Any strength contest, the lamp is losing. The lamp canonically cannot even push a bowling ball. That's such a horrible start. Look at that. That was full force, full body leaning into it. He barely got any momentum on that. Well, he did push it in such a way that it rolled the other lamp away entirely. We're not going to watch Cozy Winter Season ambiance. Sorry. All right, noted. So we have that this lamp is strong enough to roll a ball, a bowling ball. Robin's Sentient Batarang. That's what we got to check now. Now, Teen Titans Go surely has its own wiki, right? Maybe Teen Titans in general, maybe a DC wiki. There we go, perfect. Teen Titans Go wiki. Let's see, characters, other heroes, perhaps? No, more Teen Titans. Robin will probably have a hyperlink to it, right? Friends, maybe? Enemies? Birdarang. Birdarang, little buddy. Cool, easy. We already found it. Birdarang is a minor recurring character in Teen Titans Go. He is created by Robin and Cyborg. Let's see. Powers. Is there a powers section? Powers and abilities. He can fly. He can float. All right, that tracks. Transformation into armored mode, heat vision, enhanced acrobatics, enhanced physics. Okay, what is armor mode? I think armor mode is what we need to... Oh, he turns into a little guy. He turns into like a little mecha. Why have both of these had mecha related things so far? There's not that many mechas on this wheel. Okay. I mean, this is another really easy one. This is, I think, another really easy one. This guy turns into a little robot. Now, I will say he probably weighs less than a bowling ball. Probably weighs a little less than a bowling ball, so I think he's probably within lamp pushing range, but, you know, I think, not that this was to the surprise of anybody, we have a lot of different ranges on here. Robin's Sentient Batarang is the winner of the second battle. I really need a gavel. I need something that resembles a gavel. But I don't have anything that I have things that would make a good noise, but not things that I could slam on my desk without breaking. So we're going to go with this. Battle 3. We're burning through these half an hour. Now, there are ones on here that are going to be more complicated. We just, by pure coincidence, have been getting a lot of, like, basic ones. Battle 3! Let's go! Use the body pillow. No. First challenger in Battle 3 is... Now we're getting interesting. Coco from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's see if this is going to be another easy one, or if this one's going to be one where power is going to actually matter a little bit more. Third spin of the wheel reveals... God, this takes so long. Trogdor the Burninator. Now we're getting somewhere. Now this is a fight. This is a fight. We'll do Coco first. But these are both ones that actually have powers. So, Battle 3. Coco. In parentheses, Foster's Home. Versus... Trogdor, that's Trogdor, the Burninator. Out of curiosity, how many people in this chat know what Trogdor is? Because I feel like that's a thing where it's not like old internet. It's not like old internet, but it is slightly older. Because, you know, it's like my childhood on the internet. And I know a lot of my audience is younger than me. Not Homestuck, Homestar Runner. There is a very important difference between Homestuck and Homestar Runner. And you guys are going to learn today. But we're going to look at Coco first. Coco, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends does have a wiki. Here we go. So, Coco is strong. Coco might not necessarily... Oh, people are saying I got an ad break. I'm not going to say good, because I know it's annoying that we have to do that, but I'm glad it's working. If you subscribe, you won't get ads. Anyway. Let's see. We're just going to go down to Fusion Fall. What? Okay, no abilities section. There's one that just says information. Anyway, when Coco is excited, scared, in love, or needs the attention of others, the 4 basic emotions: fear, excitement, love, and attention starved. Yeah, that tracks. She can lay plastic eggs that can contain anything from Ming vases to tickets for... Sorry, that was a more complicated sentence than I was expecting. Anything from Ming vases to tickets for redemption of prizes to money or even auto parts. Anything. Anything. I think we can safely say the eggs can contain anything. In Cuckoo for Coco cards, she is shown to be able to control the exact written content of this item, lading trading cards with detailed information printed on them. That is important. She can control it. I think that was going to be one of the biggest things. That was going to be one of the biggest debates, is that she can control it. She also has many eccentric abilities, including super strength, altering her color and appearance at will, swallowing objects or living things and laying them inside of eggs, and communicating with squirrels. Okay. She also, she doesn't have arms, but she uses her feet or her beak to manipulate objects. So, offensive stats of Coco. I've never heard anyone pronounce vases like that in relation to the word... I don't know. You think I know fancy things? I'm talking about cartoon characters fighting, Amy. You think I know anything about high culture? Of course not. Okay, so... by far the strongest character on this stupid concept to date. Interesting. This 4 feet tall, weighs 80 pounds. We have a full height and weight status here. Now we need to look at Trogdor. I have a theory on how this is going to go, but there are things that could change this. By the way, if you're civil about it, feel free to put your thoughts and opinions in the comments. This is a courtroom. You can, well, maybe the courtroom analogy isn't good, because I don't think shouting out your opinions is encouraged in a courtroom, but you get what I mean. Let's see. Trogdor. Trogdor is a dragon. Trogdor is a very good... I didn't do that right. Sorry, I just dragged my whole setup into the wrong tab. There we go. That's what I wanted it to be. This is not optimized for this square thing. Okay, so... Trogdor is an S-shaped wingaling dragon with a beefy arm. Oh, this is such an old website, which I guess does make sense. This is from an old web series called The Homestar Runner. There was basically an episode that was how to draw a dragon, and the dragon in question was this guy, Trogdor the Burninator. He got one big beefy arm. He does have wings. As I quote exactly, he is a wingaling dragon. And he is known for, quote, burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants, and burninating their thatched roof cottages. Now, we do have some other information on Trogdor, because Trogdor was important enough. Let's see. This is such a very, very weirdly structured wiki. Here we go. On March 17th, that's not what that... I know this is way too small for you guys to read, by the way. I'm going to read it out. The Trogdor game was released. In arcade game, it is shown to be an arcade game, blah, blah, blah. The player controls Trogdor, and the goal of the game is to squish enough peasants required to achieve burnination, while at the same time avoiding knights and Siamese archers, which I'm just not going to comment on that one, because this is 2003, and I don't know what the status of that is now. But what we do know from that is that Trogdor is easily strong enough to squish a human. Trogdor can squish a human person. But... Here's the thing. I think Coco wins. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I'm going to give my justification, but I do think Coco is going to win this one, because Coco can make... Oh, I paused the music. Coco can make whatever is necessary for the fight, right? Coco's durability, probably a little lower than Trogdor's, right? Coco's durability is probably a little less, because Trogdor's a giant dragon. He's got one big beefy... Trogdor is winning in the arms front. That is notable. The amount of arms we are working with in this fight is 0. It's 1 total. This fight contains 1 arm total. But here's my evidence, right? The question is durability. Coco is not as durable as Trogdor is, I do not think. But Trogdor can get defeated by knights, right? Look at this. The red and blue knights patrol villages of thatched roof cottages in an attempt to find and kill the dragon Trogdor. Yeah, if Trogdor can get killed by regular human knights, Coco has bombs. Coco has tech. Yeah, Zapdos, that's a great point. She might have fewer arms, but she still wins the arms race. Excellent. Excellent point. Coco wins. She might have lower arms, fewer arms, but she still wins the arms race. Coco from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends beats Trogdor the Burninator. Notably, closest fight so far of today. These two were pretty cut and dry. This is the closest fight. I think this is a fight that does last for more than, half a second like these other two do. But I do think that Trogdor eventually wins. I don't know Coco's character, but is she smart enough to think of what to lay to beat Trogdor? The thing is, I don't think bomb takes a lot of thought, right? Like, I feel like there's just weapon. Most weapons are going to do it. We know Coco can lay bombs, so I think Coco is going to take that. There was a point redeem. Hold on. Explain character badly. Death Mouth? What? What is Death Mouth? Oh, I'm Googling. Oh my god, it's a shark. It's a star shark. It's a big shark. Jeff the Land Shark Mega Evolution. My bit for you, Luna, is Jeff the Land Shark Mega Evolution. There you go. Oh, also, I just realized hold on. I'm going to change something. You guys are going to get a weird thing on your screen really quick, because for some reason, Twitch compresses my, my screen capture, so everything looks a little squished. It's not even enough for you guys to notice, but there we go. I have improved that slightly. Again, not anything big enough for people to notice, but that looks a little bit better. Okay, so, let's go again. Next fight. This is all I have planned for tonight, so we're going to be doing a bunch of these. But trust me, we've had some pretty tame ones so far. They're going to get way stupider. Well, maybe not stupider. That's an impressive bar, but, All right. Matt from Wii Sports. Matt from Wii Sports versus... Let's see. Just an athletic man, basically. Just an athletic guy versus Pepsi Man. Okay. I can't believe this is my job. This is the stupidest job in the world. Content creating is dumb and bad. Matt from Wii Sports versus Pepsi Man. All right. We'll look up Matt first, though. I do think I know how this is going to go. I'm just going to Google Matt Wii Sports, and we're going to hope that... Here we go. Okay, Matt from Wii Sports. Drag that onto the page there. This article is semi-protected. You must wait for 4 days and have made at least 10 edits since you joined this wiki to be able to edit this page. Is there so much vandalism on the Matt from Wii Sports page that they had to put in a 4-day waiting period to make edits on the My Mies fandom wiki? That's really funny. Okay. Matt is a CPU me from Wii Sports Resort, and Wii Party, despite being somewhat widely considered to be the... Okay. Despite being somewhat widely considered to be the best me, he is only ranked 53 out of the Wii Sports Resort CPUs. What are people doing in the me community? But hey, whatever. Okay. He's a boxing trainer. He's also a boxing champion and a competitor in tennis and baseball. In tennis, he has a very low skill level, so he's bad at tennis. Good at boxing, bad at tennis. That's what we know about Matt so far. In baseball, he's one of the first 9 players. He plays on every baseball team. Despite being a Despite being a champion in boxing, he's one of the worst me's in baseball. So he's really good at boxing and really bad at everything else. That's what I'm learning about Matt. Top tier boxing, worse at tennis and baseball. In a fight, boxing is going to be the most helpful of those 3 options. So that's good. Let's see. Let me look at the rest of these here. He acts as the referee in Speed Slice. What is Speed Slice? Oh, he's one of sword play. So he's a sword fighter. He's a sword fighter as well. Okay. What's his rating? There's so many of these. I could just control F search, but hold on. Let me or is he only in like the speed slash game? But overall champion. Oh no, that says original champion still. So what I'm learning is that Matt fights. Matt only cares about sports if he's fighting. He's a champion boxer and a champion sword fighter. He's not a fighter, he's a ref. No, he's also a it says if you are playing against him, someone else takes his spot. So he's the ref and a competitor, which means he's good. That means he's good. Yeah, he's the champion in swordplay duel and what? Okay, I'm going to read this verbatim. He is also the champion in swordplay duel and speed slice and is ruthless. In showdown mode, he's the final boss. He's like screw boxing. He's a master sword fighter. This is going to be the most competitive so far. Okay, so he's the only CPU to be a champion of more than one sport. So he is a master boxer and a master sword fighter. This is a Daredevil character so far. That's amazing. Okay, great. Oh wait, this is even another thing. In the boxing training room, there are pictures on the walls. In one of them, you can see a younger Matt already as the boxing champion. So he was a champion from a young age. New up and come. He's a master fighter. Okay. Let's check Pepsi Man. I thought this was going to be another quick one, but we might have more of a debate here. Superheroes Wiki. Okay, we're going to go look at that. For those who don't know, this is a... Pepsi Man is a character from a Japanese video game. Pepsi released this like purely marketing video game for Pepsi, and this was the protagonist. And he does have superpowers. So... he appeared in a total of 13 Pepsi commercials and several video games. Okay. No origin is provided. Great. Pepsi Man is being shown... okay. Pepsi Man is shown as being somewhat clumsy. That's interesting. That's... okay. And I'm already... powers include time stop. Matt, you had a good run. You had a good run. But this says time stop. I wasn't expecting that. That one caught me off guard. Superhuman strength. Pepsi Man has been shown to carry infinite Pepsi. Okay, I think... alright, Superpower Wiki. Alright, Superpower Wiki. I would argue that his ability to carry infinite Pepsi probably doesn't mean that he has super strength. It probably means that he can summon Pepsi. I don't think that he can... also, yeah, he can only stop time for 10 seconds. That's better than Dio, right? Dio is 5! Anyway. So, Pepsi summoning is the next power on this list. Super jump. In the Pepsi Man video game, he's shown leaping over buildings with ease. Okay, so maybe he does also have super strength. And he also has, spider sense. He has time stop. Now, okay, here's the thing. This one's kind of funny because it does say he's shown as being somewhat clumsy, right? He is clumsy canonically. So I think this comes down to time stop. If it's a fight, if it's a 1v1, I think Matt wins. If Pepsi Man is clumsy, Matt's got him beat on skill. He's going to outskill him, but can Matt beat the time stop? Can Matt beat the time stop? King MVP, thank you for the follow. I think this is amazingly by far the closest we've had. Because Matt is like top tier street level character. But time stop. He can turn people into Pepsi. Where's that? Evidence. I need evidence. We should watch the old ads. I'm nervous if I don't know if I can do that without getting copyright attacked. I don't know how that works. I probably wouldn't because it's like advertisements, but I just want to be careful. Unless somebody has evidence for him turning people into Pepsi, I need evidence for that. I need a cited source. This is a courtroom. If he trips and stops time, Matt can't take that opportunity attack. You're right. That is true. That is true. Top tier street level, but Pepsi Man can freeze him and fill his lungs with carbonation. Thank you, Amy, for that absolutely awful imagery that you just put into my head of time stop drowning in Pepsi. Yeah, time stop. I'm sorry, Matt. You put up such a good run. But you're just a guy. You cannot beat a time-stopping superhero. So Pepsi Man is gonna take it. Verdict. I need a gavel so bad. I'm trying to think if there's anything in my apartment that would work as a gavel. And I don't think there is. And at least nothing I can find like offhand while I'm live. Yeah. It was a close fight. I've always wanted to ask you, what's your favorite comic book series? I read so many, so I have so many favorites. Infinity by Jonathan Hickman. Venom by Donny Cates. The Wicked and the Divine, though, as I always like to say whenever I recommend that series, not for kids. It is an adult book. Do not read it if you are under 18. But yeah, those are a few. So many of them. Alright. Use a bottle of ketchup. I could actually use ketchup, but I don't want to squirt ketchup on myself on a live by accident. I feel like the risk of that is too high. I feel like the risk of like banging a ketchup bottle on my disc and shooting ketchup all over myself, that I would never live that down. So that cannot happen. The views would my mother. Again, for people in chat who are new, the Marvel mom is my actual mom. And my mom saying the views would go up if I squirted ketchup on myself is okay. I know you're not wrong. Let's just move on, shall we? Battle 5? 5. Battle 5. Wheel has been spun. Now we sit here for a year, I guess. Get your toothbrush. Oh, okay, good. Truffles from Chowder. I did not put the series on this one. Use the spear, bang it on the floor. It's got a spike at the bottom, so that wouldn't work. But Truffles from Chowder is our first. There's a bunch of Chowder characters on here. I think I put the whole main cast on. So Truffles, Schnitzel, Mung, and Truffles are all here. We got some serious Toon Force happening here. You also live on the second floor. Yes, but I don't think there's anyone below me. I think below me is like a storage room. Anyway, I could be wrong, so I don't know. Anyway, Truffles, some serious Toon Force is going to be happening, so that's great. Let's see who Truffles is fighting. Can I, like, spin this wheel slower? Lakitu. From Mario Kart specifically. I don't know why I put this one on here. Someone suggested it, and I just said sure. Weirdly, there's some... I feel like Mushrooms is going to be... Mushrooms is kind of the connecting thing here. From the Mario universe. From the Mario universe and Truffles. Let's get this up. Oh, I keep forgetting to turn the bolt off. Battle 5... Truffles, and just in case I will put Chowder on here, versus Lakitu. Lakitu, I don't know how it's pronounced. I think Lakitu sounds better, so that's what I'm going to say. You're right, Zapdos. 2 flyers. Flight is not going to be something that matters here. We'll do Truffles first. If I Google Truffles Chowder, is it going to give me recipes for chowder involving truffles? No, we're good. Okay. Truffles. Chowderpedia. Let's see what we got here. So, again, lots of Toon Force. Toon Force will be a factor today. The ad I got, I'm laughing so hard. What'd you get, Luna? Again, I fully encourage people not to watch the ads. Let them play, because that supports me, but, like, get on your phone or something. Go to the bathroom. I don't care. All right. Is there a powers section? Since we are working with so much Toon Force, I doubt it. But we'll see. Let me scan through the trivia here. Okay, so I got an ad for a horror movie, and then it was a hard cut to this music. That is very funny. I'm so curious how much my ad revenue is, man. I hate dealing with money, but I want to know if it's actually like enough to be supportive of me. But I'm not gonna know for 3 days. Anyway, so let's see. Right before Schnitzel, Truffles is the toughest person Chowder knows. That is also true. Truffles is very strong. Truffles can multitask using her hair as arms. That is noteworthy. Truffles has fibromyalgia, which is something. This is such a very much Toon Force character. What are some of other Truffles' other quote-unquote feats? Because unless, you know, I've seen this whole show through so many times. I think sonic attacks are actually worth noting for Truffles, right? That's a thing that she does a lot. She screams so loud that it does things. I think that's notable. Truffles is going to have some sort of sonic attack. She can also fly. She got tiny little wings. Didn't she eat several people in less than a second? Probably. I mean, I know Chowder's done that. Did Truffles also do that? Does Truffles also do this? We know she has incredible strength, but that's also because of Toon Force. You know, everyone's scared of her, which means she is threatening enough. Like Schnitzel listens to her, so that's probably worth noting. I swear she's lifted the building. She probably has. She probably has. For context, if you guys don't know what Chowder is, let me explain something to you. This is one of the most meta shows to ever grace Cartoon Network, to the level that one of the most iconic and best lines in the series, it takes place in a kitchen, right? It's about a chef and his apprentice. And there's a scene in which Chowder, the apprentice, messes up cooking something and sets the whole building ablaze, as happens quite often. And there's a very iconic scene in which Mung, the chef, who is Chowder's, teacher, he looks around at the flaming kitchen and goes, "Chowder, look what you've done! Now the animators are gonna have to draw all this fire!" So that's the level of Toon Force we're working with here. A lot of it. A lot of Toon Force for Truffles. I don't even remember who the other one was. Who was the other one? Lakitu. Right. I have no idea what Lakitu's, powers are, so this is going to be interesting. Lakitu has been in way more games than I thought, so this is going to take a little bit to research through. I love the watermark joke. The watermark joke is also really good. It's a good show. I highly recommend Chowder. Is this the one that does the "and nothing can go wrong, oh no, it all went wrong"? Yes. Lakitu has been in so many more games than I thought, guys. Look at this. Look at this list. We're not going to read all these. Is there a general overview? Is there a general overview? Oh my goodness. General information. General information. Perfect. Lakitus are cloud riding Koopas known for throwing spinies. What are spinies? Oh, they're those little guys. Okay, so they throw little spike balls. They have small eyes and noses, they wear thick goggles, and usually depicted with 3 small strands of hair. Okay. Let's see. They always they always ride clouds. Now, interestingly, this seems to confirm that their bodies are not the clouds. They are just riding on the clouds, which I actually was not sure about until just now. But that's good to know. That's good to know. Lakitus were first shown speaking in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, where Lakitu spoke with a Brooklyn accent. Notable. Okay. So, here's the thing. I think in this type of scenario, the only thing that Lakitu has... Oh. Lacrimosa, you've just hit on something really important that I'm going to jump back to in a second. But I think the only thing that Lakitu really has going for it that would be amazing in a lot of other fights is air superiority, right? Lakitu's going to kill it at air superiority. But Truffles can fly. Truffles can also fly, so air superiority is out. Now, Lacrimosa just said something super interesting, which is you're right. These things can be knocked out with a bonk on the head. And I guarantee you there are scenes in Chowder in which Truffles hits people with frying pans. That totally happens, right? People have seen Chowder. There are scenes where, like, Truffles will bonk people on the head with frying pans and stuff, right? Lakitu can seemingly generate infinite spinies. I don't care. It's a Mario character. Their weakness is getting bonked on the head. Truffles is going to fly up and just smack. Smack. There's, yeah, hard counter. Truffles hard counters Lakitu. This would have been a more interesting one, but Truffles can fly. She can get up there with the air superiority and just bonk. Bonk. Easy. Truffles also wins on durability because Toon Force, but, like, yeah, Truffles wins. Best song on? Yes, this is everyone's favorite song. For those who are curious, by the way, the music that I play on my streams is not like it's iconic to me because I use it all the time. It is literally just royalty-free music from Riot Games. If you look up Sessions Star Guardian Talia on YouTube, you can find it. Okay, let's see. Next wheel. Lakitu easily got crushed. In a more literal case, actually. Let's spin this freaking wheel. And we are going to land on... Oh, man, I thought that was on Jeff Winger. Okay, I'll take this one still. I thought it landed on Jeff Winger, but we have Flat Stanley. I'm only a little disappointed. Flat Stanley has one power, and it is flat. Let's see if that's going to be enough. I need to refill this. It is basically empty, but I keep drinking. Versus Super Y. One of the weirdest ones. Okay. Flat Stanley. We're going to look up Flat Stanley first, see if any of the later books did something weird with the powers. Wikipedia will probably be fine for this, right? I don't think there's going to be a dedicated Flat Stanley wiki. Go Hydrate. I've had this whole thing. Mom redeemed. No, she didn't. Well, I'll do this in a bit. Okay, let's see. Flat Stanley is an American children's book series. I have read it. Synopsis of original book. The book recounts the adventures of Stanley Lambshaft after he's squashed flat by a bulletin board while sleeping. I accidentally clicked on the link to Art Museum. He does catch art museum thieves by disguising himself as a painting. He becomes tired of his flatness, and his brother restores his proper shape with a bike pump. So, here's the thing. There are other books in the series, and I think we have to... I have redeemed it, so... Alright, fine. Fine, chat. You guys want me to go hydrate when my water bottle's empty? That means you guys have to pause. I'm going to throw it to my be right back screen. I'm going to refresh my water, and I'll be back in just a second. Nobody leave. Nobody's allowed to leave. I'll be gone for like 60 seconds. You guys did this. We'll be back in just a minute. The music will keep going so you guys can listen to something. And I'm back. Water bottle restored. You can maybe hear it sloshing around in there. I don't want to shake it too violently and spill it on my computer. But there is water in there. Hey, my views actually went up. So good job. No one left. I'm proud of you. Also, guys, check out the stickers I got on my water bottle. They're new. I got them at Anime Fest. Also, it lets me show off my cool new Scene transition again. Not that cool. It's a wipe, but it looks nice. Look. The Venom one's old, but then I have Star Guardian Syndra, Flygon, Star Guardian Kaisa, and Garchomp. I got Star Guardian Nico and Oriana on my computer too, but I can't show you those easily. Anyway. Back to violence. Oh, hold on. Someone did explain badly. Let me check. Leg Day. The heck is Leg Day? That sounds like some Cannon Clash nonsense. For those who don't know or those who are new, the Explain a Character Badly reward, basically you can pick a Marvel character that I don't know, or that I do know, and I will learn about them, and then I will do, I'll do some stupid bit about them. From Guardians of the Galaxy, the Annual Volume 4. Have I even read this? Leg Day. First appearance dies only in flashback. This is just a Teen Titans Go bit. This is just Teen Titans Go. This is a ripoff of that one Teen Titans Go episode. That's all I have for you. He-Man Teen Titans Go ripoff. Okay, let's see. Back to this. What were we looking at? Oh, right, the other books. So we have to take into account the other thing for the other powers that Stan Lee has received at some point. Stan Lee and the Magic Lamp? Stan Lee and Arthur discover a magic lamp containing a genie. Okay, so that's a power. Oh. Okay. Stan Lee in space. The Lambchop family is sent into space by the president to forge peace with a group of miniature aliens. I actually remember that book. Okay, so has been to space. Stan Lee's Christmas adventure. Santa Claus's daughter, Sarah Christmas, arrives unexpectedly during the holiday season and convinces them to help bring back Santa's jolly spirit. Invisible Stan Lee. After a thunderstorm occurs one night, Stan Lee mysteriously turns invisible. I wish we could know what turned him invisible. Just mysteriously? What turned... Okay. We gotta find out if this invisibility power is anything reliable. Invisible Stan Lee. God, my Google Analytics are gonna be so broken forever. Can I get a summary of this? Invisible Stan Lee summary. Plot summary. Does he... Okay, how did Stan Lee become invisible? How did Stan Lee become invisible? Oh my god, I found... This is a... Ladies and gentlemen, and others... I don't care what pronouns you use whatever you want. This is me... Oh my god, we're... In an attempt to find how Stan Lee turned invisible, I have found a third grader's book report on the internet. A third grader's book report is now going to be cited as a source in this power scaling court. We're going to read it in its entirety. So, this is Invisible Stan Lee, reviewed by EM age 8. There's no personal identifying information on here, which is good. Okay, the book Invisible Stan Lee is an amazing story. All of it started with a big storm. In the middle of the storm, Stan Lee wakes up and he woke his brother too. When Stan Lee woke, he was hungry, so he went downstairs, got fruit and raisins, and ate by his bedroom window. In the middle of the night before he knew it, he was invisible, so no one could find him. They then felt him under the sheets, and his clothes turned invisible when he put them on. Since Stan Lee was invisible, Arthur gave him a balloon to hold. Stan Lee goes to a doctor named Dr. Dane, but the doctor could not find a cure. The family missed Stan Lee's smiling face, so his mom painted a face on his balloon and everyone felt better. Soon Stan Lee was in the newspaper because he turned invisible. Stan Lee's little brother Arthur made a plan to cure Stan Lee. The plan was to make a fake storm. Will the plan work? Will Stan Lee ever be seen again? Now I have skimmed the rest of this. No, screw it. We're going to read the whole thing. The rest is not helpful for power scaling, but I've committed to the bit. We're reading the rest of this kid's book report. I enjoyed reading Invisible Stan Lee. One reason is something interesting happens. Same, kid. Same, kid. That sums up everything I do on TikTok. I like this because something interesting happens. That's such a vibe. Unironically, I love that. This is a derail, but it's just, I enjoyed reading this because something interesting happens. And yes, so real for that. Amazing. Okay. The interesting thing is Stan Lee turns invisible overnight. No one can see him, but they can feel him. Another reason is a part of the book is funny. Just one, I guess. Oh yeah, the funny part of the book is how Dr. Dane reads a book about people turning invisible and didn't recognize the pattern. I don't know what that means. So the family went home with no cure. Also, why I enjoyed this book is a very young kid does something very interesting. Yeah, interesting books are good, kid. Good job. It was very cool how a very young kid made a very smart plan. I enjoyed reading this book because Stanley turns invisible overnight. It's funny, and a very young kid does something very interesting. I recommend this book to people who like to be curious as they read. My first reason is in the beginning of the book, I was curious about how Stanley turned invisible. My second reason is when I read, I get curious and excited to read the next chapter to answer my question. My third reason is if you're curious, you would like to read more. People that should read this book should like to be curious, like to be excited, and a person who likes to read. People who enjoy being curious as they read should read Invisible Stanley. All right, thanks EM. Yeah, for an 8-year-old. That's young for 3rd grade too, isn't it? Isn't 9 usually 3rd grade? Did this kid skip a thing? Oh, someone asked why was this put online. This is a thing. Like, it's a book club thing for kids. I haven't heard about this specifically, but there's a lot of things where it's like getting kids interested in reading, and there's no identifying thing. It just says EM. So that's yeah. Anyway, yeah. Good job, kid. Good job. And we do know. We didn't know exactly how the power happened. It's just, I guess, like lightning, like a storm turned him invisible, and then I assume he turned back with the same power. So lightning turns him invisible. Sure, probably. Heck if I know. Anyway, good job, Ian. In this whole book report thing, I totally forgot what the other character was. This is why did I not write it down? Super Y. Super Y was what it was. I was literally going back to the page and I was going to say, I'm so glad I wrote these down because I keep forgetting. And of course, this is the one where I didn't write it down. Flat Stanley versus Super Y. Okay, so we're gonna check Super Y's powers, which I think are less good than you would think, and then we are going to compare. Why am I saying this out loud? Obviously, we're gonna compare. That's what this stream is about. All right, Super Y. Okay, well, this is the show wiki. I want the character. Characters. Wyatt Beanstalk. Right, that's this kid. He's a super reader. I know that's his big thing. Let's check these powers here. Super Y has reality manipulation. Well, that's going to be interesting. Oh, okay. If there's not a powers section, there's trivia. Okay, so this I think is what we're going to want to look through. So Wyatt turns into Super Y, a typical superhero with the power to read. I like how read is capitalized here. Using both his reading abilities and his special Y writer, Super Y can always save the day. A Y writer is used by switching words around, taking out the bad ones and putting in good ones. So taking out the bad ones and putting in good ones is like, first off, hold on. I do have to establish something here. This is also a Marvel character, basically. A guy named Reader. He's an Inhuman. Underused, but very cool, actually. Whatever he reads happens. He can only use the power 3 times a day, which is a weird, like, anime power limitation. But his whole thing is whatever he reads actually happens, and he can't control it. It just happens automatically. And so he was blinded for it. I don't remember who it was, but one of the other Inhumans who thought he was too dangerous blinded him, and so now he has tablets on his belt with Braille, with words in Braille, and that counts as reading. So he like runs his hand over the tablets, and it creates reality manipulation effects. Wildly cool character. Wildly cool character, Reader. But that's also a tangent, because this is not who we're talking about. We're talking about Super Y. Okay, yours Arg, whatever. I'm just going to call you Arg. Arg just made an amazing point, which is, would Super Y be able to change Stanley's books? I would think so. Yeah. If his whole thing, because his whole thing is he goes into fairy tales, right? He goes into fairy tales and can manipulate the words. It's, You know, what was his last name? Lambchop? Stanley Lambchop was flattened by a billboard or by a bulletin board falling. Super Y flies in there, changes flattened to killed, and the fight's over. I hate that that's where we're at, but I do think that that's a pretty solid counter. I've always been curious if this is a tangent, but I've always been curious if the Staff of One works similar to his powers, where Nico can assign a gibberish word meaning and it would work. Technically, yes, but there is like some level of limitation to it. But yes. Anyway, yeah, in a surprisingly dark twist. In a surprisingly dark twist, I think Super Y immediately clears this just with counter. He can manipulate reality in books. Flat Stanley's a book. And also, like, if he can change words. If his whole thing is he can change words in books. I mean, look at this. The book recounts the adventures of Stanley Lambchop after he is squashed flat by a bulletin board while sleeping. Look at this. Look, okay, hold on. Can I do something here? Hold on. I'm gonna use a Super Y power right now. I'm gonna use a Super Y power right now. There we go. I'm Super Y. I'm Super Y. That's what happens. Also, if you guys didn't know that, you can change whatever website text you want by using the inspect element tool on your browser. It doesn't change it globally, it just changes it for you. So in case anyone was curious, no, I did not actually edit Wikipedia to say that. I feel like someone was going to yell at me for editing Wikipedia. That was not a global edit. But yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens. Super Y flies in, changes it, and then, yeah, okay, cool. Super Y easy clears with another sort of power counter. He has reality manipulation, yes, but it's book-based, and since Flat Stanley's a book character, let's do another one. You should actually change it. No, I'm not going to vandalize Wikipedia. Who do we got next? Casper. Casper, the friendly ghost. Ghost powers, great start for strength, and Casper's going up against... This time I'm actually going to write it down before talking. Casper versus... Did we get Robin's Battering again? We got Robin's Battering again. I'm leaving the wheel intact so I can do this concept on future streams if I want to, but I am going to reroll. I'm going to reroll. We're going to try to not use the same character twice in one stream. Is that good with everybody? I think that's fair. But I'm leaving this wheel intact for later. Okay, well, there's a 1 in 100 chance of that happening. Let's roll it again. Let's roll it again. Good. Really good. Really good pairing. Oh my god. Oh, this is... Oh, boy. Dr. Doofenshmirtz versus a ghost. Alright, I'm in. I'm in. I'm so invested already. I'm going to write it down. We get the bold. Battle 7. Casper versus Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. How do you spell that? Schmertz? That's close enough to write. I don't care. The TikTok version was confusing. The TikTok version of my stream? Yeah, that's because the TikTok version of my stream is meant to pull people over here. Alright, we'll keep the pattern up. Casper next. Hold on. Okay. Casper, the friendly ghost. Does Casper have, like, notable... Casper, I assume, has just kind of all the ghost powers. Right? I think all the ghost powers are going to be here. Let's see. Creation. I don't care about character history. Lots more comics. I want in-universe character history, not publication history. Oh, this is maybe what we want. Casper is a cute ghost child, which is a wild thing to say. who inhabits a haunted house along with a community of adult ghosts who delight in scaring the living. He's, however, a nonconformist who would prefer to make friends. Okay, okay. Wow. So I'm reading this and it's very wild. However, the animals he meets take one horrified look at him, scream, "A ghost!" and run off in the other direction. Distraught, Casper unsuccessfully attempts to commit suicide. I'm just reading off the wiki. I'm not gonna comment. I'm just reading off the wiki. Sorry, that one caught me off guard. That one caught me off guard, guys. That was not what I was expecting from this. Casper Scare School. I remember watching this. I believe I watched this when I was younger. Let me get some pictures up and see if I... Actually, this doesn't ring as much of a bell as I thought it was going to. Did I watch this? Premise: Casper has to be able to graduate through Scare School before he gets banished to the Valley of Shadows forever. What the hell? I swear to God, Casper has to... Look at this. Casper has to graduate through the Scare School before he gets banished to the Valley of the Shadows forever. What? I'm surprised there isn't a fandom wiki for it. There probably is. I'm gonna check. But... Oh my... What? See, this is why I love these types of streams, guys. You learn so much bullshit. I'm just gonna be blunt. You learn so much bullshit. Oh my God. Casper goes to the Shadow Room. Yeah, okay. This is exactly why I suggested him. You knew? Okay, good job. I did find his fandom page. Fandom is usually better than general Wikipedia for our purposes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Powers. Oh, there's a powers section. Let's go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, splash water in my eye. Ah, okay. Oh my God. I'm so... I got thrown off so bad in the last 60 seconds, guys. Being a ghost, Casper can become invisible and intangible as well as fly. He is able to turn other things in close proximity intangible as well. Okay. His natural state seems to be intangible. It is unknown if he has Okay, so this is actually not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. Because that's just kind of like talking about... He just has ghost powers. He just has ghost powers. What about this Scare School thing? Someone mentioned that Scare School has him, like, learning more stuff. Let me, like, look at some plot summaries here. This is not the show. This is the school itself. There's the show. Casper's Scare School. As a result, okay, this is the plot summary. Given what the normal Wikipedia article said, I'm excited to read this. As a result of Casper being too friendly when playing with a boy named Jimmy, Kibosh, the king of the underworld, has Casper enrolled into Scare School, headed by the two-headed headmaster Alder and Dash. He befriends Ra, a mummy with unraveling issues, and Mantha, a zombie girl who keeps falling apart. When Casper discovers the two-headed headmaster's plot to use a petrification potion to turn Kibosh into stone and take over the underworld and Deedstown, whatever that is, he and his new friends must stop it. Okay, so... is there like a list of episodes? Now, we're not going to read through every episode because that would take way too long, but I will, like, skim them, you know? There's a list of characters... is there like a teachers section? Teachers might actually be helpful here, because that would, you know, talk about what he could learn. I'm not finding anything specific here, so I think unless... Is it Kibosh? It might be Kibosh. Who knows? Kibosh. Okay, everyone's saying Kibosh. I'm sorry I pronounced the Casper's Scare School character wrong. Anyway. This is... I don't want to read through all these for the sake of time. So, we're just going to assume he has ghost powers. If anyone knows of a more specific power he has, let me know. Now we have Dr. Doofenshmirtz. So... I mean, do we even... I'm going to look up Dr. Doofenshmirtz. We all know, I think, what this guy does. I think we all do know what Heinz Doofenshmirtz's level is. Now, here is the question. Has Heinz Doofenshmirtz made anything ghost-related? I feel like I don't know all the innators off the top of my head, right? But I do feel like it's not out of the question that Heinz Doofenshmirtz has had any sort of interaction with ghosts. Phineas and Ferb has Halloween episodes. There's definitely... I know there's an innators, like landing page. We've looked at it before. But I would assume that it would be up... The link to it would be up higher in his thing. Skills and abilities, maybe? Is there like an innators section there? Okay. Innators. List of Doofenshmirtz's schemes and inventions. Cool. Are we assuming prep time on Doof's part? Honestly, I think Phineas and Ferb kind of by definition makes the question of prep time irrelevant, because the whole bit of this show is everyone can do everything in like an afternoon, you know? So let's see. What is he? Oh my god, this is such a big list. Outside the series, okay, non-canon. Wait. What? Oh, it's broken down by seasons. Okay. Also, by the way, this is so late in the stream to be asking this. Is my volume good compared to the music? I turned the music up a little bit from last time because I thought it was a little quiet, and I have no idea if it's actually good, and I forgot to ask until just now. Okay, I am not going to read these out one by one because that would take forever, but I'm going to very quickly skim them all and point out anything interesting because it would take forever. Duelinator, Giant Magnet, Copy Pastinator, and again, I know some of these will be helpful for the fight. What I'm looking for right now is anything specifically ghost related. Woodinator, whatever. Someone said I think the volume is perfect, thank you. Date. The best evil scheme. Date. I would like to do this evil scheme sometime. Monster Truck Awayinator, Shrinkspheria, Make Up Your Mindinator, Freezinator, Poopinator, thank you for that. Gloominator, Breadinator, Uglyinator, Media Erasinator. Is it me or is there a mega quality drop? It looks fine on my end. Is anyone else getting weird visuals? Anyone else getting weird visuals, or is that a specific... Okay, P-War said you. Alright. Try refreshing the page, usually that fixes stuff. Leaf Blowerinator, Misbehavinator. Is there a Ghostbusters-inator? Concoction Brewinator, Descent Evaporator, Dancinator, Giant Robot Spiderinator. Let's check Season 2. There are 4 seasons of these we have to go through. This is centered enough on your screens, right? Yes, it is. Okay. The Boat. Oh, the Smellinator, the Hot Dog Revenginator, the Turn Everything Evilinator, the Invisinator. He does have his own... Oh, wait! We got it! I knew there was something! I knew there was something. The Invisinator. This is a beam that turns things invisible, but if you go through it again, or at least in the show, if they go through it again, it turns things visible again. So this can counter Casper's invisibility. This counters Casper's invisibility. That's one. That's a point for Doof. Point for Doof. Let me keep looking through here. I mean, a lot of good things that would just, boost his stats in general. But we're looking for counters right now. That's definitely one of them. That is definitely one of them. There's so many of these. And again, like Shrink Rays are good if they can work. I don't know if it can hit him. But the invisibility thing, that's immediately incredibly good for him. Main timeline Doof doesn't have it in him. Dark timeline Doof, I would say, would win, though. Well, here's the thing. Is Casper, like... Doof loses to Perry. But Perry's also highly trained. And, by the way, on this wheel. But, Casper's not a combatant. I think Doofenshmirtz is gonna win this just by the amount of options available. There's so many here. And I'm sure I'm missing some important ones, but I have 4 seasons of these to roll through. Baby Cryinator. Chicken Replacinator. These are the special ones from that episode. Last season, finally. Then we're going to be done with looking through these. Feed the Pigeonsinator. I mean, I think just by nature of how many things we're scrolling through for Doof, I think he wins. And yes, intangibility is going to be a problem, but he can counter the invisibility at the very least. I think he is by far resourceful enough. By far, he is resourceful enough to make this work. Those options don't do anything to Casper. Yes, but he can do enough to the world around. Because here's the thing. Casper's intangibility, you have to go tangible to do anything. And the second he goes tangible, he's vulnerable. The invisibility is nothing because he has an invisibility counter. But yeah, the Kinderlumperator is actually a perfect example. Like, he can turn himself into a monster. Doof has so many resources available. Casper has intangibility and invisibility, and the invisibility doesn't work. So Doofenshmirtz wins. In the case of Casper v. Doofenshmirtz wins. Next wheel. Well, next spin. Same wheel. I gotta see when my music's gonna end. It might end soon. Also, I see a shelf showcase. I'll do that when this wheel is determined. Oh my god. One of, I kid you not, the most overpowered things on this list. One of the most overpowered things on this list, objectively. And I will cite my sources once we do the second one. It's gonna be insane. Okay, round 2. Well, second part of the same round. And that would be... Oh, I'm sorry, Ed. Ed's gonna get curb stomped. Eduardo from Foster's Home. Now, this is done before it starts, but I am gonna justify my examples here. Team Umizoomi versus Ed Foster's Home. And then Shelf Showcase. Do I just show off this? Do you want Dr. Y18? Do you want any specific sort of category or type of thing for the Shelf Showcase, or are you good with whatever? Also, bam! Look at that! I'm so happy with that transition, guys. It's not even fancy, but I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with what I was able to do here. God, my hair looks weird. Oh well. IDK. Okay. I don't want to show the Conchu head again, since it's Ben 10 week on my second channel, and you guys should all be watching my second channel. Swampfire Funko Pop. There he is. I think the one Ben 10 Funko Pop that was ever released. A fan sent me this, actually, so I am appreciative of that. There you go. Little guy. Certified little guy mode. And nice little wipe back to this. There we go. Okay. And now ads again. Hey, well, that'll actually be good because I need to find the wiki anyway. So it's going to take me a second to get this up, and the ads are going to happen in a less... that was a convenient time. Okay, Team Umizoomi. Fandom. Is there a Team Umizoomi fandom specifically? I've looked this up before. Team Umizoomi characters. Yes, here we go. Okay. Did I write it down? I did write it down. Now I'm going to stall for a second here as I pull things up so that people don't get the interesting stuff on ads. We are going to assume that we are just dealing with the main 3. It's going to be the core 3 of the squad. We're not going to deal with the extra members of the team. Believe me, they are strong enough as it stands. Is everyone back from ads now? Like I said, I don't like that I have to run ads, so I'm just going to stall so that you guys don't get anything interesting. This is... Now, if I remember correctly, I'll just go ahead and set this up. I think Geo... You know how, like... You know how it's... There's the joke people make that, like, Superman is, like, 95% of the Justice League's power? Geo is 95% of Team Umizumi's power, so we're going to cover him last. Millie is the first one. Powers. Her pigtails become a ruler, scale, etc., which she can measure. She also has the power to apply patterns onto things. She can change the colors of stuff and patterns, which can be used as like a camouflage power. That's cool. Her hair also extends to her liking, so she's got Medusa powers. That's fine. Trust me, this is not the interesting one. We're going to get to the interesting ones. Bot's a computer. I believe that's his main thing, is he's just a computer. He can store everyday items. He has some gadgets. Cool. Who cares about Bot? Are we only counting him as a team? We're only counting him as a team because Geo is the only one that matters. Millie can measure things. Bot's a computer and can store stuff. Geo has a thing called the Shape Splitter, which is described as a sword that can split any shapes in half. A sword that can split any shape in half. Did you guys hear that? That was a really loud car horn. Anyway, he can cut. He's got like he's got like an anime molecular sword. Also, he can build things. It's just, he can build various objects and tools or shapes. He can cut stuff however he wants, I guess, and then rebuild it into any form that he needs. He can also, he makes blueprints with his antennas. He just restructures reality. Because look at this. This is worth noting. In Team Umizoomi versus the Shape Bandit, he usually has a shape belt, which he uses for things, but he still has his powers and can make anything with shapes found in his surroundings even without the belt. It's canon. He can just do this with anything. He can just do this with it. Why are you not showing the sword? Let's see the sword. I'm not showing the sword because it doesn't have a picture. Nope, there it is. It's a sword. So yeah, he has this God Blade. Again, you see now why I was like the other two are irrelevant. The other two are irrelevant because Geo has the God Blade. Anyway, who else? Eduardo? I mean, we're gonna look for the sake of argument, but like, what's Eduardo? Funny enough, one of the stronger characters on this list. He is incredibly powerful. He is very strong, but not gonna do much against Cosmic Reality Splitting Sword. The Gay Blade, yeah. Okay, let's see. Powers. Is there a powers section? No, there's a history. He's just strong. He's just incredibly strong. That's his whole thing, right? Like, funny enough, Eduardo is one of the characters on this that has actually been in versus fights before, because he fights the Extremosaurs. Is there a gallery of Extremosaurs? If there's not, I'll just Google it and find one. Foster's Home Extremosaurs. Spelled that wrong, but Google's smart. Yeah. This is a little low res, but the idea comes through. Ed fights this thing and wins, if I remember correctly. He's actually insanely strong and like would. Let me zoom in so you can see. He fights this thing and wins. For context, this is a car. This is a car in the bottom left. Ed is wildly powerful, but Geo can just cut him in half with one strike. Geo could turn you into your own body bag. Yes, Agent Blizzard. Geo is insane. So, yeah. Geo wins. Geo wins. Team Umizoomi, by which I mean Geo, clears. I'm so sorry, Ed. You got set up in this fight, but you know, that's the mercy of the wheel. That's the mercy of the wheel, Ed. We don't even have to spend a lot more time on that. It is so clearly Geo. again, not Team Umizoomi, is Geo. Let's roll again. Geo's like a Jujutsu Kaisen character for real. Anyway. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I saw someone suggest this at the Discord last minute and slapped it on the list. The Moab from Bloons. I don't know why I put this on here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I put this on the wheel, but that's the Moab from Bloons versus Pixar Lamp again? We're not gonna do Pixar. Okay, we're not gonna do Pixar Lamp again. Also, it's easy. The Moab is basically just a big ball, but it's a big, inflatable, but too big for the Pixar Lamp to step on. Now this is okay. The Moab versus Paul Bunyan. This is more interesting than I expected it to be, actually. I put kind of both of these on here as a bit, and we ended up with a weirdly good one. Moab from Bloons versus... I'm so glad the views are spiking now, because this is a very fun time for people to show up. Moab versus Paul Bunyan. Moab. Bloons. Moab class Bloon. Let's check this out. Okay. Also referred to as blimps are huge balloons that tend to be slow. Have very high RBE. What does that stand for? Red balloon equivalent. Ah, I see we've stumbled on one of those very dedicated fandoms. Okay. Mini Moab, the normal Moab, the brutal floating behemoth, the Zomg, the dark dirigible titan, and the big air. There's so many more of these than I thought there were. I'm so afraid to ask who is Paul Bunyan. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Luna. Luna, you're not American. You're about to get a crash course in American folktales. You're about to get a crash course in American folktales, Luna. Okay, so I guess I did say Moab. So it's this. So it's a blimp. It's a blimp. Is that it? Just a big blimp? Why did I put Moab on this list? We're gonna go to Paul Bunyan, and then Paul Bunyan's the one that has more stuff anyway. Paul Bunyan is a folk hero in American and, according to Wikipedia, Canadian folklore. He is a giant lumberjack. How giant? I don't actually know. Surely it would say on here. He's a giant guy, basically. He's a very big guy. And he also has a giant blue ox named Babe. That is his pet. Does Paul have Babe? Asked Chaos Seagull. I'm gonna say yes. I think that's part of his kit. Let's see. The earliest recorded story of Paul Bunyan is an uncredited 1904 editorial. This is not really that much of a story. In popular, okay. What if I Google just like Paul Bunyan stories? Because there's got to be. I was hoping this would have more of a summary. Paul Bunyan, an American folktale. Okay, let's see if this is a little bit more helpful for us. Paul is about 61 to 63 axe handles high. How big is a lumberjack axe? I'm sure it's probably like log cutting axe or something, but this will work. The best lumberjack axes are 32 inches long. So 32, you said what? 61 to 63 axe handles high, so let's say 62. So 32 times 62, and then we're going to divide that by 12. He is about 165 feet. This is actually wild, because that's probably comparable to a blimp. Average blimp length is between 150 and 157 feet. Bunyan is bigger. Paul Bunyan is bigger than the Moab. This is a Clash of Titans. You put the Moab on its end, and Bunyan is bigger. That's wild. Okay. Anyway, let's read about Paul Bunyan's specific lore before we get into this. Paul Bunyan was a hero of North America's lumberjacks, the workers who cut down trees. He was known for strength, speed, and skill. As a child, he was always hungry. His parents needed 10 cows to... Hold on. I live in Texas. I can do a voice for this. As a child, Paul was always hungry. His parents needed 10 cows to supply milk for his meals. Before long, he ate 50 eggs and 10 containers of potatoes every day. Young Paul grew so big that his parents did not know what to do with him. Once, Paul rolled over so much in his sleep that he caused an earthquake. This is written so weirdly that it makes it... This is a learning English website. That's why it's written very bluntly. Okay, whatever works. This angered people in the town where his parents lived. Yeah, that's why the sentence structure is so repetitive. This is for learning English. As a boy, Paul helped his father cut down trees. He had the strength of many men and was extremely fast. He could... Hold on! Whoa! That broke my accent. He could turn off a light and then jump into his bed before the room got dark? The music stopped at such an opportune time. The music stopped for dramatic emphasis. So Paul has superluminal velocity. That music stopped at the best time, man. Okay. Superluminal velocity Paul Bunyan. That I think is what this episode would be. I might actually make this a repeated thing because this is getting good views. Yeah, this list is so much longer. This story is so much longer, but like superluminal velocity Paul Bunyan is not a phrase that I thought was going to be said today, but I do think that's the episode title. Superluminal velocity Paul Bunyan. I don't even have anything else to say. He's the size of the Moab and can move at light speed. Faster than light speed. Paul Bunyan wins. I'm in shock. I'm in shock at this. FTL Lumberjack. FTL Lumberjack sounds like a thing. Like, that sounds like a code for, like, a spaceship. It's like, oh yeah, this is my ship. She's an FTL Lumberjack. You know, like, that sounds like a spaceship. Battle 10. Yep, no, it's... I put 8 twice. My bad. Battle 10. Okay, superluminal velocity Paul Bunyan is... I like streaming. I like doing this. Okay, next up. Yes, there's a Disney song. There's a lot about Paul Bunyan. We already did Coco. Let's roll again. I hope we get Bible Man on one of these. Buzz Lightyear, and then in parentheses, man. You will wonder maybe why I put man, because Buzz Lightyear, and then in parentheses, toy, is also on this wheel. I did put in Buzz Lightyear man and Buzz Lightyear toy. So Buzz Lightyear the man from the very popular movie Lightyear, and by very popular, I mean no one saw that movie. But that's what we're doing is Buzz Lightyear man versus a weirdly fitting pair, I feel like. The Little Einsteins. Buzz Lightyear, the man, versus the Little Einsteins. This is don't they also have a spaceship? So this is gonna be, yeah, this is a space battle. Little Einsteins. We'll check Buzz Lightyear first. Buzz Lightyear. If I Google Buzz Lightyear, like trying to find from the movie, will that... Okay, hold on. I'll be able to find this. Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear. No, that links back to Lightyear. Okay, this is not a lot of information, but we're gonna work with what we can. They have music. Is music not working? No, music's working. It's just quieter. It's just more chill music. The music switches to become more chill later in the night. Mostly because my hype playlist is only an hour and a half long. Okay. Not Toy Story 4. The film character who... he time travels. He fights an evil robot named Zurg. What about, like, his... You know what? We're gonna look up a Lightyear plot summary. If you guys don't want spoilers for the movie Lightyear, there's bound to be some. Because I'm just gonna go to the plot summary on Wikipedia and see what happens. Plot. That is so much longer than I was hoping it would be. I'm gonna skim this really quick. Star Command exploration vessel changes things to explore sides of life. Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear. There's a planet holds hostile life forms. 1 year later, the crews construct a new colony. Blah blah blah. Time travel. Zurg intervenes, captures Buzz, reveals himself to be an older version of Buzz from the Ultimate Timeline. So just time travel. Just like this movie has way more time travel than I thought it was going to be. So he's just a time travel astronaut. He's just you haven't seen Lightyear? No, I don't care. I heard it was really bad. Okay, so yeah, he's just kind of this is not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Let's look at the Little Einsteins. What is Cyclops? Oh, those are the robots. I didn't realize what they were called. Little Einsteins. Is there a fandom page? There is a fandom page. Well, there's a page on the Disney fandom, which the Disney fandom has been historically pretty helpful, so I'm not going to complain about that. I thought Zurg was Buzz's dad, not in the reboot, or not in Lightyear. Okay, the Little Einsteins. Let's see. The ship. Okay. I think the ship is going to be... Oh, wait. Big Jet is the main antagonist and a common villain. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Oh, and Rocket. Rocket's going to be helpful. So, it's not a reboot. Yeah, I know. Reboot was not the right word, but whatever it is. Let's see. Rocket's powers. He has backup boosters. He can transform into any kind of vehicle. To get him to fly, you need to pat to the music. There's a very loud truck going by outside. This one literally just says anything you need, he has it. So I guess that's a boost. That's a power boost, I think. If it's any... So he's just like a very... basically the Magic School Bus, which I should also put on this wheel. Magic School Bus is not on this list, but Miss Frizzle should 100% go on this list for future episodes. Yeah, that's going on the list later. Anyway, let's compare their antagonist, because I think the antagonist is going to be interesting. What can they beat? Powers: claws, speed, agility, flight, and super hot laser beam. Okay, we're going to need to Google this to explain what the heck claws means on a jet. I'm going to need better pictures of this thing. Also, it's weird that the villains for the Little Einsteins are just a fighter jet. Like a fairly realistic looking fighter jet. That's weird, right? Am I crazy or is that weird? And Googling Little Einstein's big jet just brings up pictures of this fighter jet. However, for what that's worth, I think it's fair to assume that fighter jets are... Fighter jet, this is probably comparable to Lightyear's spaceship, right? I mean, we know... This is another short one. This is less of an interesting one than I was hoping it was going to be, but like... If this thing has more powers than Lightyear's ship, and Lightyear's just a guy. Yeah, I'm sorry this one wasn't super interesting, but they can't all be winners... Winner, Little Einsteins. Why did I put this in parentheses? Why did I do that? Winner, Little Einsteins. Easy. Battle 11. Ads? Well, don't worry. You're not going to miss anything because we're just doing the wheel right now. And hey, the ads help me not die, so thank you for watching them. Or, well, thank you for tolerating them. As I say many times, you don't have to watch them. Go to the bathroom or something. Use this as a bathroom break. Next battle... is starring someone from this wheel, Lego Shack! Who suggested this? This was someone on the Discord. Who put in Lego Shaquille O'Neal? Why did I allow this to go on the wheel? Why did I let that happen on the wheel? This is probably going to be a quick one. This is probably... You see the power rankings on here. They're very varied. Alright, Trogdor again. I mean, Trogdor melts the plastic that makes up Lego Shack. Battle done, but we're gonna reroll. No dupes. Lego Shack is not fighting Trogdor. He is fighting the Trix Rabbit. Alright. Lego Shack versus the Trix Rabbit. Why did I allow Lego Shack on this wheel? Seriously. Someone explain why I allowed Lego Shack on this wheel. Lego Shack versus Trix Rabbit. Do I just Google Lego Shack? Why don't I just saw this and put it on without even thinking about it. So he's a master builder. Lego Shack is a master builder. That's really all we've got for him, I guess, right? There you go. That's he doesn't have a fandom page or anything. That's what Why do I do this? Why is internet content my job? Capitalism is bad, but this is less bad. That's all I'm going to say about that. Trix Rabbit time. Trix Rabbit will definitely have... Oh, Heroes Wiki. Perfect. Heroes Wiki is the sort of default when you can't find better info. Also, I know you guys might be getting lag spikes whenever I drag a page over. I'm sorry, that just happens because I run my streams off a Mac like an idiot. Anyway, Trix Rabbit. Powers. Does not have a power section. This is not very accurate. What does he do? I know he tries to trick the children and doesn't do that. He's not very good. All that we know about the Trix Rabbit is that he attempts to steal from children and is unsuccessful. So I think it's safe to assume that he's not very good at tricking people. He's got Toon Force, but is Toon Force better than the Lego Force? Right? This is a very bad one. Why did I allow this on the wheel? More Lego Shack. Shack builds a prison with Trix as a trap. That's also true. What's the... Shack? Can we assume that Lego Shack has the intelligence of normal Shack? God, the things that I say out... The sentences that come out of my real human mouth since I started doing content creation as my job. They baffle even me some days. Okay, so I think Lego Shack wins. I don't know how to debate this one, but... Lego Shack's... I mean... It's a rabbit. Is he going to have the capacity to... You are one of the most quotable people to ever breathe oxygen. No, I'm not. I'm just dumb. Thank you. Actually, no. I'm smart enough to know when to appear dumb. How about I phrase it like that? But anyway, I don't have anything to say on this one, guys. I don't have anything to say on Lego. We're doing a poll. I don't care. No, I don't need to do a poll. I know everyone's voting Lego Shack. Lego Shack wins. He's a master builder. He's got more powers. We're just doing another... Shack has a doctorate? Really? Okay, now we're just going to the Wikipedia page for Shaquille O'Neal. Is there an education section? College career. He studied business at Louisiana State University. He was later in a doctor... Hey, what does he... He doesn't have a doctorate. Unless it's honorary, which it might be. I'm not reading through the entire... I don't know nearly enough about basketball to care enough to read the entire history of Shaquille O'Neal. So we're just going to Battle 11. Battle 12. We're on 12. Battle 12. We have done 11 of these so far, and I'm amazed that we've done this many. Okay. Next fight. Let's go. Hopefully it'll be better than the last one. Little Einsteins again. I should probably just be hiding these, but I'll deal with that later. Since I decided we're going to handle... Oh, Sporticus! Good one. Good one. Very good one. Sporticus from Lazy Town. Sporticus from Lazy Town is going to be a great one. Now let's see who he's fighting. This was one of my additions, by the way. Discord didn't choose all these. Some I added myself. And I watched the hell out of Lazy Town when I was younger. Okay, we already did Moab. Yeah, I really should be removing these. Maybe I'll start doing that after this one. Sporticus versus... Oh. Now that's an interesting pairing. Sporticus, the champion of exercise and healthy eating, versus Chowder is interesting. This is going to be okay. Now here's the thing. I don't know what Sporticus's powers are, if any. I don't know if he's just like strong and fast and good at sport, or if he actually has like powers and abilities. So let's find out. Sporticus describes himself as a slightly above average hero. Okay, that's a bad start. That's a bad start. All right. Sporticus 10. Sporticus to his friends. His name is Sporticus 10? Weird. Okay. Personality, appearances. Is there a powers section? I'm skimming through this. Looks... Oh, right. His kryptonite is sugar. Just the slightest bit makes him instantly lethargic and he crumbles to the ground in a heap. Oh no, Sporticus. You got set up, bud. Fighting Chowder? Your kryptonite... I'm not gonna lie. I thought Sporticus would... I thought it would be the other way around. I thought that Sporticus was going to be like really strong against unhealthy food because that's the point of the show. You know? I really thought it would be that exercise like defeats healthy food, not the other way around. If it's the other way around and Sporticus is weak to unhealthy food, Chowder... I think Chowder enters the same room as Sporticus and Sporticus drops to the ground dead. I think it's... I mean, I'll pull up Chowder's page just for the sake, but, like... It's Chowder! Chowder, the guy who is... It's Chowder! Like... I mean... This guy's basically just made of food. I'm trying to think of what, like Chowder's main thing is he eats everything and then can, like, he can pull it out of his stomach later. He can, like, shapeshift a little bit. He's got that Toon Force. Sporticus cannot get close to Chowder or he just dies. Like, I feel like Chowder poisons the atmosphere. Sporticus has an extreme version of type 1 diabetes. I guess he does. To be fair, type 1 diabetes runs off carbohydrates. Not sugar directly, which I know because I am type 1 diabetic. But, like, this is such... I feel so bad for Sporticus, man. This is maybe the fastest... I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Sporticus. You die. You die in seconds. I forgot to write it down, but, like... This was such a fast one again. Sporticus versus Chowder. Wow. All right. Everyone say, can I get some rest in peace Sporticus in the chat? Can I get some rest in peace Sporticus in the chat right now? Because he dies. Sporticus has died. That would be another really good episode title for this. Is whatever I call this series, Sporticus has died. Chowder has a type advantage. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's roll again. Oh, Jack in the Box. Oh, this is a really good one. This is a really good one. Trust me. If you were in my stream where I learned about the dark history of Jack in the Box, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it in chat if you know, because I want to do this reveal organically. Jack in the Box versus... Roll. I'm gonna need more water. I'm learning so many things. It's draining my hydration. Trick shot, but we already did. I saw that shelf showcase come in. I'll do that once we have the next character. Oh, the first from PJ Masks. Okay, I've put in several PJ Masks characters in this because they're superheroes. What do I want to do for a shelf showcase? Oh, I have a question for chat, actually. I shouldn't announce that yet, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. Never mind. I was going to talk about something that I might do this Friday on stream, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, so I'm not going to announce that yet. Fancy camera wipe. What else can I... I'm trying to see if there's anything relevant in my setup to either Jack in the Box or Owlette, and I do not think there is. Is this all 100 fighters or tournament style? I have a bunch of characters and I'm literally just rolling and then we're doing the 1v1. Do I have anything like owl themed? I don't have owl, but I got a bird skull. I've shown it off too much, but I don't care because I love it. This is my Khonshu helmet that Friso Cosplay, my friend, printed for me. It is a helmet. Here. Throw my hair back a little bit. I need to put padding in it so that it actually stands up on its own, because it doesn't do that. Right? It's just hollow 3D print right now. But I'm going to put padding in it so that I can actually wear it without it flopping everywhere. But it is a wearable helmet. Hi, everybody. Put that back there. I'm going to put it in a more prominent place in my setup, but I have not yet done that. Okay. Back to this. There we go. Wait, Friday? No D&D, but still stream. Maybe. Talking about Friday, and I'll do stream announcements later. Since I'm trying to stream more professionally right now, I don't really want to skip a day. So I'm trying to think about something I could do Friday. Yeah. I'm trying to think about something I could do Friday, and I might... You know what? Screw it. Real quick pause from the fight, because I want to get people's thoughts on things and also do some announcements again, because there's different people here. So, quick wipe. Okay, so... Quick interlude for announcements and such. First off, the announcements are already on the page here, but I'm going to go over them again. First off, the Marvel RPG one-shot we did is on the D&Dorks YouTube, Spotify, podcast platforms. It's everywhere now. Sorry that took so long and was so weirdly promoted. It was so frustrating, but we got it up. You can watch it whenever. It's totally free. If you subscribe to the D&Dorks Patreon, there's some extra content from it, but the core episode is free. Speaking of which, my YouTube for VODs is updated now. It has all the Canon Clash episodes. It also has the stream from Monday on it, which is my in-depth analysis of the system, of the Marvel Multiverse RPG. Now, D&Dorks resumes August 11th. That is when we are starting Panda's Campaign Outlaws of the Seven. But, since I'm trying to stream more professionally, I kind of would like to stream Friday if I can. So here's my question. If you were either at the Monday stream or saw the VOD that I uploaded or watched that, what I'm thinking about doing, if I can find a good quality PDF and not have to pay too much money for it, feel free to say yes or no on this, and you can give more thoughts in my Discord. Would you guys be interested in a similar sort of thing where I do a more in-depth walkthrough review of the Power Rangers RPG on Friday instead of a normal D&Dorks episode, just because we were going to take a break from it anyway? Is that something people would be interested in? Because I am thinking about doing it. I have both the books. So we can build a character in this, talk about the Power Rangers RPG. Okay, I will see what I can find in the way of PDFs. If you can't make it, it'll be posted on the VODs channel as well. But yeah, since I since I'm not going to have a D and Dorks episode this week, I figured I should do something D and Dorks related to maybe pull in some of the same audience if people, didn't see the announcement and show up. So I might, if I can figure it out, do more of a review of the Power Rangers RPG. And if people are interested, I can do reviews of more RPGs, because that's interesting, right? It's interesting and it's relevant content. So, okay, cool. Plan for that on Friday. I don't know if it'll be at the same time, I will say. It'll probably be at 8, not 6. Though, I might make it at 6 anyway to try to pull in the D and Dorks audience. Because it would be replacing D and Dorks on that. Well, not replacing. It would be filling the gap in D. I'll figure this out later off camera. Let's get back to the fun stuff. Anyway, that'll be happening. Why not? Why not? Jack in the Box versus Owlette. Jack in the Box. This is going to be an interesting one, guys. If you've been watching my streams for a while, you know why. Okay, so here we go. Jack in the Box's Wikipedia article. I know what's coming, and so that's why I'm laughing. And now it's time for you guys to learn as well. So, this is obviously a fast food mascot, so the main thing we have to go on is commercials. And commercials-wise, this is okay. Jack was reintroduced specifically to signal the new direction the company was taking to refocus and regroup after the 1993 E. coli disaster, which threatened the chain's very existence. In the original commercial spot that debuted in fall 1994, Jack, through the miracle of plastic surgery, reclaims his rightful role as founder and CEO, and apparently, as revenge for being blown up in 1980, approaches the closed doors of the Jack in the Box boardroom, activates a detonation device, and the boardroom explodes in a shower of smoke, wood, and paper. He's a terrorist. Canonically. He has done a terrorism. He does it multiple times. A commercial was released in 1997 where Jack goes to the house of a man who has records of calling Jack in the Box junk in the box. When the man shoves Jack, yelling, "Beat it, clown," Jack chases him outside, tackles him to the ground, and forces him to try Jack's food and confess his deeds. He is a terrorist. From official commercials. Oh, this is, if you don't know what the character is in general, if you're not American, this is a fast food chain. It's a mascot of a fast food chain in America. And he does straight up terrorism in official commercials. Anyway, Owlette is the other one. So we're going to be putting a children's show superhero basically against an actual terrorist. TikTok, don't ban me for saying that word. I'm talking about fast food. So blame Jack in the Box's marketing team, not me. Also, people are saying, speaking of D and Dorks, I have a concern with you moving your regularly scheduled times because then you'll be overlapping with Panda. I mean, with all due respect, that's fine. I don't coordinate all my stuff with Panda. It's not going to affect D and Dorks, so that's fine. Especially if it's just my TikTok pre-show. That's okay. My TikTok pre-show is not, competing with Panda streams. Okay, let's see. As Owlette, we're going to look at her powers, because she actually does have powers. This is a children's show superhero. Yeah, the pre-show overlaps with Jay. You can choose one. Look, my TikTok pre-shows only to pull people over to Twitch. They're fun. They are to pull people to this, which is the platform that pays me better. So that's why I do them. They're for new audiences, really. Anyway, Owlette's abilities. Super owl eyes, can see in the dark. That makes sense. Super owl wings. She can fly. Owl wing wind can create powerful gusts of wind. She also gets a power-up where she can shoot energy feathers, which can do all sorts of stuff. She can basically make energy constructs out of feathers in general. That's her main thing. Her main thing is she can fly and make energy constructs. So, here's the question. Are her energy constructs strong enough to block bombs? That's the question. Can her energy constructs block bombs? Let's see who she fights. Let's look at some of her villains and see the comparison. Robette? Is that just a girl robot? Yep, that's a girl robot. She has lasers. Are the lasers strong enough to break Owlette's shields? I don't know. I mean, I feel like as much as we all want Jack in the Box to win, I do feel like Owlette just having energy constructs probably takes it, right? I feel like Owlette just does have powers. Also, someone keeps mentioning Chopper from Rebel. I have not seen Star Wars Rebels, so I'm sorry. I do not get the reference, admittedly. I'm sure people in chat do, but I don't. Anyway, yeah. Jack in the Box, he doesn't have any durability, is the thing. He's just a regular guy. A regular guy. Here's another. During Super Bowl XLIII, I don't know Roman numerals well enough to tell you what that number is off the top of my head. On February 1st, 2009, a commercial depicted Jack in a full-body cast after getting hit by a bus. So, he doesn't have any sort of super durability. He doesn't have any super durability, right? He gets hit by a bus and his bones break. So, I mean, this is going to be wild. He's Joker, right? He's a less tactical Joker. He is, durability-wise, pretty similar. He's just got, like, bombs, and he's a burger-themed Joker. And I think he does not win. I don't think he wins. I'm sorry, Jack, but you don't... Oh, for people who don't know what this guy looks like, I'm remembering now that some of my audience is not American. Most of it is, but for anyone who's curious what this guy looks like, the Joker comparison will also make more sense in a second. He's based on the toy. He's based on the Jack in the Box toy. But yeah, he's a guy. He's a guy with a weird head. Now, I'm not sure if that's implied to be a helmet or his actual face. I'm not sure if that's actually, if that's a helmet or his actual face. But either way, he is just mostly a dude. He is mostly a dude who does some terrorism on occasion. I'm American and I've never heard of it. Maybe Jack in the Box is a regional chain. I haven't eaten there in years. I just know this because I did a stream talking about fast food mascots once, and we learned the terrorism thing, and it kind of became a bit. Can you do a super quick rundown of the other one? I was in ads. Yeah, she can fly, and she can shoot energy feathers that can also make constructs, like shields and cages and stuff. So I think, she wins in mobility, she wins in versatility. Now, I will say, I don't know what her durability is, but she can make these shields. She can make shields, so if she can shield and protect from the bombs, then I think she wins. Jack in the Box loses to Owlette. Owlette takes Battle 13. By the way, I have no idea how many of these we're going to do tonight. I'm going to target like 3 hours for this stream. And as I've said on the announcements thing, starting next week, so next Monday, my streams are going to move up an hour. So they're going to start at 7 Central with the TikTok pre-show at 6. I'm hoping that makes more people, able to stick around for the ending of the streams, because I know they run really late, especially if you're on the East Coast. So, Battle 14 time. Is it going to be bolded? Yeah. We'll go for about 45 more minutes. All right. Spin that wheel. What is he a mascot of? Jack in the Box? A restaurant of the same name. Technically, I think the mascot's his name is just Jack. Oh, good. Kermit the Frog. Another one that I added myself. Kermit the Frog versus... See, Muppets are going to be interesting, because I feel like the Muppets are going to have some surprisingly good feats. Kermit versus Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Good fight. I should be doing Smash Bros. Intros for all these. Alright, Kermit first. Surely there's a good Muppets wiki, right? Surely there's a good Muppets wiki we can pull from. Yes. Close that out. Excuse me. Actually, hold on. My water's empty again. I'm gonna before we start this fight. I'm gonna throw us to pause screen really quickly, just briefly, so that I can go refill my water again. So give me like 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes. Like give me like 2 minutes. I will be back in just a second, and we will continue with Kermit versus Wilt. All right. See you in just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. I am back. Why is the first chat message I see when I come back is someone said, my chief mod saying, "Do not fuck Blue." Nope, I'm leaving again. No, not really. I took a sip of water when I was in that pause screen that I just clicked to, and it swallowed it wrong. Anyway, you're all awful. That's what I'm learning today, is that you all are horrible people. Someone subbed to me right now as compensation for having to read that. Someone subbed to me right now. Kermit the Frog. Arguably Jem Henson's most favorite Muppet creation. What are Kermit's powers and abilities? What was that voice? Someone did sub! Ha ha! Shonda Hulk, whatever your name is. You feel free to tell me how to pronounce it right. Thanks for the Prime sub. Okay. What does Kermit do? Kermit's main job, or main quote-unquote skill... Oh, wow. See also, versions of Kermit, evolution and appearance. Kermit's political affiliation. Now, this is a rabbit hole I shouldn't go down. Let's look. Sometimes as a streamer, you see things that you really just shouldn't touch, and then sometimes for the sake of content, you just absolutely have to touch them. On occasion, Kermit the Frog has become involved in politics. While not siding with any one political party, Kermit has often come out in support of the environment, protecting wetlands and other green initiatives. Okay. That makes sense. Political stances and statements. What can we cancel Kermit the Frog? Is Kermit the Frog woke? I just want to be so clear because I think there's new people here. I am being so satirical. I cannot be... Woke doesn't mean anything. It's a word that doesn't mean anything. So... Okay. Hey, superhero, love your content. Who would you say is your least favorite villain or anti-hero? I will answer that before I continue. So, least favorite is a really hard question to answer because there's so many. There's so many things. The answer is Batman. Oh, wait, no, least favorite villain. Hold on. I totally misread that question. Fix the spelling of announcements. Is it not spelled right? I thought Has it been spelled wrong this whole time? Well, we're gonna pretend that it was right. we're gonna pretend it's fine and has been fine the whole time. We're gonna pretend that it's been fine the whole time. Anyway, what was least favorite villain? Probably the Joker. I don't like Joker. I think Joker has been corrupted and people just use him to just be like, edgy clown man. I don't like it. Anyway, back to Kermit the Frog's political affiliation. No, back to Kermit the Frog in fighting. Are there any... When did Kermit become a frog? Was Kermit not a frog before? He was just an abstract frog-like species, and then they confirmed it as a frog later. Okay, that's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Joker was flanderized very hard. Yes, you're right. Also, good use of a good word. All right. Anyway, so Kermit's thing. Kermit is a good manager, a good host. I think he's an intelligent and sort of learned person, right? Not a fighter. Not a fighter. There is that one good clip of him where he has a gun. But not a fighter. I also totally forgot who he was fighting, so I'm glad I didn't write it down. Oh, Wilt. Right, okay. Kermit versus Wilt. I probably don't need to put in the series for Wilt. I think there's probably only one. So, Kermit versus large fictional basketball player, basically. The two most Muppet characters. You're right. This one is kind of thematic. Let's see. Traits. Sorry. Okay. I'm dying. I'm gonna die live on stream. Dear goodness. Okay, here's the thing that I'm curious about Wilt, right? We know his powers. He's, I would say, slightly stronger than average. He's very flexible. He's very dexterous, very high dexterity stat. I started with skill and ended with, and you get what I was going for. Why is Wilt damaged? That's what I want to know. I don't remember the answer to this, but why is he damaged? And there's got to be an answer to this here, right? Is there even a canon answer? Oh, history. Let's see. His creator, Jordan Michaels, wasn't very good at basketball, so he created Wilt, when created, had a left arm and eye exactly like his current good. Yeah, so before he was injured. Wilt, okay. Larry Bird. No. A jealous boy named Foul Larry, a pun on Celtic star Larry Bird, not actually Larry Bird. Faced off against him, they were ahead 48-47 until Larry went to a final shot. Wilt was ready to defend, but Jordan was right under Larry when he jumped. So basically, he got crushed by another basketball player. So that's actually very interesting. Wilt durability, low. Wilt's durability is very low. If he just got crushed by, like, a guy and ended up like this, he lost a whole arm. If he lost a whole arm just by getting crushed by a guy who was like, not even an offensive attack. A dude who was trying to make a basketball shot just landed on him and he lost a whole arm. That's surprisingly low durability. Does Kermit have Toon Force? Does Kermit have Toon Force? This is a genuine question that I do not know the answer to. Does Kermit have Toon Force? And I can Google this. This is something Googleable. Does Kermit the Frog have Toon Force? This is probably going to give me no results. Kermit the Frog on Versus Battles Wiki. Perfect. The most lazy way to do this. Find somebody else who's already answered the question. Kermit is the leader of the Muppets. He's a close friend and occasional boyfriend of Miss Piggy. Tier, at least 9B. Great. I don't know what that means. Let me be so clear when I do this, by the way. I don't respect power scaling. I'm doing this as a bit. I think people take power scaling way too seriously, as evidenced by tier at least 9B. That's why all of these are stupid bits. That's why I also don't have any, like, Marvel or DC characters on here. These are bits. These are bits entirely. Powers and abilities. Superhuman physical characteristics, fourth wall awareness, skilled swordsman and archer, flight and immortality, can jump high, Toon Force, limited hammer space. Now this doesn't really have cited sources, which is unfortunate because I don't really want to use Versus Battle Wiki as my official cited source. But I think it is safe to assume that he has some level of Toon Force, right? The Muppets are cartoonish enough that clearly he takes beatings from Miss Piggy, as we can see here in this GIF. And I really think Wilt, I was expecting, when I put Wilt on this list, I was expecting a much more interesting explanation. Not interesting, because it's a good story. A much more dramatic explanation for why he's so damaged. Fun fact, Foul Larry is actually massive. Okay, well, hold on. Thank you for bringing that up. Oh, Foul Larry is another imaginary friend. Stated to be taller than Wilt. Okay, so he didn't get crushed by a guy. He got crushed by a giant. Now that is interesting. Okay, that does change things. But still, on a scale of cartoon characters, getting crushed by another cartoon character and permanently losing an arm and an eye, that's bad for Toon Force characters, That is very bad for Toon Force characters. As wild as this is, I think Kermit's gonna win. Kermit has so many, parody options of items, too. I think Kermit wins. What does chat think? This is I think one of the closer ones we've had this whole time. Is I think Kermit wins, but I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to keep talking. But I'm curious as to what chat thinks. Have you seen the Kermit sausage commercials? I don't think so. Again, I'm scared to show commercials on here because I don't know what copyright law is going to be regarding that. Why am I getting so many ads? I believe they run every 20 minutes, which is, commercial break levels on things. Though not everybody gets hit with them every time, so you might just be unlucky. I think, here's the thing, here's the question, a quick ad question. If the ads are 60 seconds, they're running every 20 minutes. If they're 90 seconds, they're running every half hour. I forgot what it's set to. Basically, I need to have them at 3 minutes an hour, and I can either have them 90 seconds every 30 or 60 seconds every 20, and I think that's what I have them set to. I could boost it to... What would you guys prefer? What would you guys prefer? Would you guys prefer shorter but more frequent? Just as a general question for people. Would you prefer them at this level or 30-second longer ad breaks less frequently? Which would you prefer? Genuine question to everybody. And then well, I think Kermit wins. I'll start getting this next one ready as I pose that question to the chat. 3 minutes every... Yeah, 3 minutes every hour is what it has to be. I don't think a 3-minute ad break every hour is a good idea. I briefly considered that. I was like, well, no, people are just going to leave. Like, I think 3 minutes is a long enough thing that everyone's going to just leave. So I think my most reasonable options are an hour every month if I could, dude. I'll do an official Twitch poll, though. I'll do an official Twitch poll. And then, of course, you know, I'll ask, like, my Discord and stuff. We're working on things. But this is an interesting enough thing. Let's take a look at... okay. 20 minutes... hold on. 1 minute... 20 minute... current... Well, okay. Actually... See, the amount of characters you can have in Twitch poll options is so short. It's so weird. Half minute... 30 minutes. Okay. There, that poll has been started. Before people vote on that, by the way, we're going to spin the wheel as this voting is going in. I'm not going to just let you guys, ruminate on ad waiting for so long. Just for note on this poll, the 1 minute every 20 minutes is what we're at now. That is the current. So it will not get, those are the two options. Anyway. Also, chat, reminder, if the ads are annoying, I do have the VODs channel that is improved upon now. I'll put a link to that in chat. My VODs are on YouTube now, and I need to get to 1,000 subscribers on there to get paid for it. So go follow me on there. Tell your friends. Anyway, Battle 15. We're getting close to the end here. We might only have a few more. The no burp syndrome is coming in strong today. Oh well. Let's see what we got here. Not Lego Shack again. No, not Lego Shack again. Not second Lego Shack. Not sport. Okay, you know what? I've said I'm gonna do this every time, and I don't do it. Hide Choice Sporticus. I gotta go, but I love your content, mate. Keep it up. Thank you for being here. Also, yeah, by the way, the ads, these are the two options, guys. Frosty the Snowman is the first. That's a good one. But just for note, like, I need to get paid because finding a normal job is impossible right now. So, like, this is my job now, and I'm going to try to make this work. So, these are the only options. I do hate that I have to run ads. It really bugs me. But I'm actively an advocate of, like, use my ads as a bathroom break. Put your phone down. If you're on your computer, get on your phone and don't watch the ads. If you're on your phone, put down your phone, go get a snack or something. Don't watch the ads. Don't do it, but I need to run them. Anyway, Frosty the Snowman versus... This is going to be an interesting one, because Frosty has, like, weird power levels. Versus, not Coco from... I already did this. This is my fault for not hiding choices, so, oh well. Okay, oh. Jerry! From Tom and Jerry fame. Originally, Tom and Jerry were put in as a team, and I said, screw that, we're doing them individually. Frosty the Snowman versus Jerry of Tom and Jerry. Let me put the battle up here before I forget. Battle 15, Frosty the Snowman versus Jerry. And I am going to put Tom and Jerry there because there are other Jerrys. I don't want people to think it's like Rick and Morty or anything like that. And I'm not putting Rick and Morty on this list. That show's stupid. Okay. Frosty the Snowman. Is there a Frosty the Snowman fandom? There's a Rankin and Bass wiki. Of course there is. Is it Rankin and Bass? I actually have no idea. I think it's Rankin and Bass. Anyway. Frosty the Snowman. A magical ice boy. And yes, Jerry has insane durability, peak Toon Force. Yes. Also, someone says, who's Frosty? I feel like Frosty's a very common American thing. I don't know if people don't know who Frosty is outside of America. Also, I guess it is a very Christmas-specific thing. So if you celebrate holidays other than Christmas, maybe Frosty is less something within your public eye, which does make sense. Is there a characters page on here? I don't believe so. So if you don't know who Frosty the... Oh, I'm not from America. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Frosty the Snowman is more of an American thing. It's a classic Christmas movie about a snowman who gets brought to life when kids put a magic hat on him. Magic snowman, basically. Now, here's the question. And I'm not 100% certain of this, but I think we're going to have to go and look at like some specific extra options here. Because there are other forms of Frosty media, and I'm wondering if he gets ice powers in those. Because he is kind of very weak. He is made of snow. He does not have any durability to help him with the weaknesses from being made of snow. If he gets near heat, he dies. Now, granted, he comes back every winter. He's like a magic thing, but like if he melts, he melts. And also, if you remove the hat, he also, I believe, loses all of his, he turns inanimate again if he loses the magic hat. And that's how it works, right? He has so many weaknesses. Frosty has so many weaknesses, but there was another thing here. Here we go. Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. I don't know what this is, so this is where things are going to get interesting here. I'm going to quickly skim this synopsis, because again, it's long. Let's see. Where is Frosty? I'm seeing so many mentions of Rudolph here. He presents Frosty's... Frosty's family, apparently Frosty has a family now, gets a magic amulet that prevents them from melting that wear off after 4th of July fireworks finish. So this is a 4th of July special, I guess? This is the Christmas characters 4th of July special. Sure. So he gets a temporary immunity. They do die, according to this. So I'm not gonna lie, I thought Frosty was stronger. I thought that Frosty was gonna be stronger. I thought he was gonna have some sort of like power over snow and ice. Kind of seems like he doesn't. He has emotional manipulation sparkle beams that make kids happy. But can we also consider the alternative that kids just like shiny things? Also, I'm just going to point out a notable line here. After Winterbolt's genie explains that Rudolph's nose is powered by the Aurora Borealis, the evil wizard decides that he will lure Rudolph out of the North Pole and make him use his nose for evil. There's a lot to unpack in that, and I don't want to, so I'm just not gonna. Jerry of Tom and Jerry fame, I think we don't... I mean, Jerry wins, right? This is a very simple one. Jerry has top-tier durability, top-tier Toon Force, one hell of a hammer space. It would be... I mean, with the amount of dynamite that Jerry pulls out of his ass at any random time... he can find a heat source to melt Frosty. He can find a heat source to melt Frosty so easily. Jerry wins. This is not even a debate. Versus Battle Court has decided. I need to come up with a name for this series, because this has been really popular, and there's infinite resources for it, so I think we're going to do this again. I might make this the new Wednesday thing for a while. I would describe Jerry as having the hammer space, says Luna, and yes, that is good. What is hammer space? Oh, a good question for those who don't know what hammer space is. It used to be a decently obscure term, and then Spider-Verse used it, and I feel like it's entered the public eye a little bit more. For anyone who doesn't know what Hammerspace is, you know how cartoon characters, and sometimes characters in other media, but most notably like cartoon characters, have the power to just like summon items, like they can pull items out of anywhere. Most often like weapons. In the case of Tom and Jerry, there's a lot of dynamite, but they can like store and pull weapons as if they had a bag of holding. The term that, not an official term, I actually don't know where the term came from. The term for that is Hammerspace. I'm curious. I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive here. I want to see where that term came from. And yes, it's called Hammerspace because of the classic item being a giant mallet. Like that is where the name came from, is because people often pull out mallets and stuff. But I want to know like where it originated. Like Power Rangers pulling items from somewhere. Close. Power Rangers technically have an example, or an explanation. Power Rangers pull things from the Morphin Grid, which technically functions as Hammerspace. Hammerspace specifically refers to ones that like aren't explained. Like when Bugs Bunny just pulls a hammer out of nowhere, he's pulling it out of Hammerspace. If it doesn't have an explanation, it's Hammerspace. It is also referred to as Mallet Space. Hammerspace, also known as Mallet Space, is a phantom... okay, I'm just looking through Wikipedia here. Yes, the phenomenon, I want to know... The term itself originates from a gag in some anime and manga. Okay. A typical example would be when a male character... Oh, wow. This is actually more specific than I thought. A typical example would be when a male character would anger or otherwise offend a female character who would proceed to produce out of thin air an oversized wooden rice mallet and hit him on the head with it. So apparently it came from anime spaces first, which is interesting. The term was largely popularized first by fans of Urusei Yatsura, which is a manga from the 70s. And later by fans of Ranma 1/2. Ranma half. I don't know what the notation for saying that is. I feel like I've heard of that one, but very vaguely. But apparently it came from manga. It is believed by some that the term Hammerspace itself was coined based on Ranma's character Akane Tendo, due to the fan perception that she has a tendency to produce large hammers from nowhere. So it came from anime and manga, actually. Interesting. I did not know that. All right. We learned something today. We learned something genuine about pop culture today. 2:45. Okay, we got time for probably, I'm going to say 2 more, but it also could be like Frosty versus Jerry where it takes 3 seconds. Ranma is the one where a martial artist was cursed to, when exposed to hot water, become a woman. What? Huh? Also, Count Chocula. Count Chocula is our Battle 16 first contender. Bold. Battle 16. I don't know if it actually has the K in there, but that's how someone on Discord spelled it. I don't know if the K is there or not. We're going to find out in a second. Count Chocula versus no K. Fixed it. Okay. We just learned something about Rudolph. This is very fitting, actually. His nose is powered by the Aurora Borealis, and okay, now this is going to be interesting. This is good. Okay. We're about to go to some deep cut places right here. Yeah, Christmas versus Halloween. We're going to... Okay. I'm going to assume, and I'm going to fact check this in a second, I'm going to assume that Count Chocula has the standard set of vampire weaknesses, right? I'm going to assume that he has the standard set of vampire weaknesses. Does Rudolph, as an American Christmas cartoon from like the 60s, have enough Christian imagery in it that Rudolph could reasonably kill Count Chocula with a cross. That's where my head's at right now. I cannot believe that this is where my head is at right now, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Okay, Rudolph... The Red-Nosed, we're going to... By the way, we are going by the Rankin and Bass cartoon. I don't know if that is... I don't know if Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is based on, like, a myth. But we are going off of the Rankin and Bass cartoon. It's from a book, apparently, in the 40s. Okay. Also, do his antlers count as stakes? I'm going to say no. Because it is specifically wooden stakes. I don't think antler material counts as wood, right? Anyway. Oh, wait. We need to look up Count Chocula first. Count Chocula first, because he's the first one. All right. Where do I even look up, like... If I Google Count Chocula character, will that give me more information? Yes. Superhero Wiki. Superhero Wiki never fails to have characters that are not superheroes, but hey, they give me what I need, and that's fine. Okay, well this... Oh, General Mills Monster Cereal... Oh, wait, that's not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. Is there a cereal mascots wiki? Someone mentioned that in chat. Let's... Oh, I need to change my insulin pump, apparently. I'll deal with that later. Cereal Wiki. Okay, let's see if Cereal Wiki has some more information from us. Does anyone remember? I think I put this on some of the cereal mascots on the wheel. Tony the Tiger from Cereal. Does anyone know what I'm referencing if I say specifically Tony the Tiger from Cereal? Not just referencing Tony the Tiger. Never mind. That's a deep cut. Okay, well, he's not under C. Which... Immediately... All items 30. What the heck? This is a horrible wiki. There is a page of cereal mascot weaknesses? That's... Cereal mascot weaknesses is now something in my Google history. Ranking cereals by strength of mascot. If every popular cereal mascot were to fight, who would win? I'm not seeing a weakness thing, but what I have found is I have found another... I have found a fan fiction role-playing wiki with Count Chocula on it. I'm too tired to understand what this is right now. But we're gonna... Okay, tangent time. But a tangent that I do think we need to go into. So this is roleplaygridfandom.com, which is just like a role-playing wiki, I guess. It says that Count Chocula's allies include Haunted Mansion, Spook Goji, and Mothra.exe. And it says things that they fall. The history section is like in-depth descriptions of them fighting. There's a section called Election Day. You can, if anyone would like to find this out, you can Google this on your own time. But I'm not gonna do it on mine. I'm so tired. Okay. Anyway, I cannot find any specific info on Count Chocula. We are not finding too much. There's vampire fandom. I'm gonna assume he has classic vampire weaknesses. Which means, time for Rudolph. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now, this is the original book. We are looking for the Rankin and Bass cartoon. Yes, this is what we want. I mean, he can fly, he's fast, and he has a glowing nose that is apparently powered by Aurora Borealis. That's... Is there... Where is this other... I know there are more... Here's the thing about these, right? A lot of these, like, very classic American Christmas specials have sequels, and the sequels are where things get batshit, right? So the sequels are what I want to work for, or what I want to look for. Because, you know, Rudolph, we all know what Rudolph... Well, maybe not all of us. I don't know how popular this is outside of America. But, you know. Most of us know the deal with this. So I would like to look at the characters' other media. Rudolph's Shiny New Year. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. A giant evil vulture named Eon the Terrible is supposed to live for exactly 1 eon, after which he will turn to ice and snow and disintegrate. As this particular eon will end January 1st of the new year, he plans to kidnap the baby New Year to keep the year from ending and stop time, thus preventing his predestined death. That sounds like a Dark Souls plot. Does that not sound like a Dark Souls plot to you? Eon the Terrible, the giant evil vulture, is gonna turn to ice and snow. So he kidnaps time to make him immortal? What anime BS? What did I just tell you? What did I just tell you guys about the sequels to classic holiday movies being insane? Okay, so what did Rudolph do to stop this? I'm skimming this. Obviously, I'm not gonna read this whole thing because it would take way too long. When the old year is retired, they settle on an island in the archipelago of last years. This would be a kick-ass anime. This would be a really good anime, actually. I'm gonna call it now. Now, interesting. Rudolph, okay, I'm reading the plot here. Rudolph gets trapped inside a giant snowball and manages to melt his way free using his nose. So it does radiate heat. It does radiate heat. Confirmed. Interesting. Okay, that's notable. So we know it radiates heat. What about... Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Was there anything... This is where we learned that his nose is powered by the Aurora Borealis and was going to be used for evil. I don't know what that means still. He fights a wizard named Winterbolt. What are classic vampire weaknesses? What are classic vampire weaknesses here, right? Wooden stake through the heart. Garlic. I was about to say salt. That's spirits in some stuff. Garlic, crosses, and Christian religious imagery. Sunlight in a lot of cases. Sunlight? I mean sun. Sunlight. Is Rudolph's... Does the radiation from Rudolph's nose... Is it similar enough to sunlight that it would count for the purposes of killing Count Chocula? I don't know what to say. I'm gonna say yes. Well, someone else said I'm gonna say no. Oh yeah, silver. No, silver is werewolves. I think. I don't know if that also applies to vampires. I think silver is just werewolves. I mean, like holy water. Holy water is also a thing for vampires, but this is I don't think this is gonna be relevant. Aurora Borealis is caused by global magnetism. No, it's caused by Christmas magic, apparently. I don't have an answer to this one, but I'm gonna say that if that thing radiates enough heat to light the skies and melt snow, it's enough. And I'm gonna give Battle 16 to Rudolph. Are we okay with this? Vampires do have an interaction with silver. Silver is the reason they couldn't see themselves in old mirrors. Oh, well, that confirms Rudolph even more. That's more of his, like, allies thing, but I think it counts. Okay. Rudolph gets it. And on that note, that is going to be our final fight of this first of definitely many serious power scaling streams. We're going to do this again. This was popular. I had a good time. We're going to do this again. So, let me do some announcements. And then I'm actually going to try to do something weird. And I'll explain what that is after the announcements because you guys don't have to be here for that. But it'll make sense in a second. Anyway, wipe to big KO. So, first off, thank you so much for coming to this stream. As you can probably tell, hopefully tell, I'm trying to be more professional with my streaming right now and make things a little bit better quality. And from the views, that is showing. So tell your friends to come watch my streams. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, Rydos or Raid, however you pronounce your name. Feel free to tell me. Anyway, announcements. So, what order do I want to do these in? I guess we'll start with the Marvel RPG. So, the Marvel RPG episode that we recorded last Friday is now available. It is on YouTube. It is on the D and Dorks YouTube channel, which links to that will go through in the bio. I believe the link just goes to like a D and Dorks card page. Doc Holiday Brown, thank you for the follow. But yeah, that is up on YouTube. It is up on Spotify. It is up on podcasting platforms, etc. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you can also see the after show for it and the character creation session. Speaking of Patreons, I am working on a personal one. If you have ideas for what you would like to see from my personal Patreon, drop ideas in the Discord. I would be curious to hear what you guys would be willing to pay for. But that's in the works right now. I'm going to try to do some of that tomorrow, so more things from that will happen. Speaking of VODs, though, and recorded Twitch streams, my VOD YouTube is updated now. It has all 7 episodes of Canon Clash. It has the stream I did on Monday with the in-depth analysis of the Marvel Multiverse RPG. And to Phil D and Dorks this upcoming week, or this upcoming Friday, I am going to do, I think, if I can find a good PDF, another sort of in-depth RPG analysis thing, because people are interested on this. So we do not have a D and Dorks this upcoming Friday because we are in mid-season, but I'm going to do another thing similar to the Marvel Multiverse RPG analysis of the Power Rangers RPG. Just because it's, D&D RPG related, fill the slot. So I'll be streaming that on Friday, probably at usual D and Dorks time, so that'll be 6 p.m. Central Time, to try to, fill the slot since there's not anything else this week. I will also be streaming on Saturday. I don't know exactly what. And then I will be back to my Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing with D and Dorks on Fridays. D and Dorks resumes officially next Friday, not this upcoming Friday, August 11th, with Outlaws of the Seven, which is the mini-series, the 8-episode mini-series DM'd by Panda Red. It's going to be very fun. I'm going to be a player, so if you want to see me as a player and not a DM, this is a great time to do that. It is also unrelated to the last year of content. It is a totally new story, totally new world, fresh start. So if you want to jump into a new series from us with no setup, that's a great time to do so. Of course, if you want to watch the old series, it's all available on YouTube, on Spotify, entirely for free, etc. Go check it out. I'm not going to do any more announcements for this. I said the name of it on TikTok, but I'm going to try to keep this kind of on the down low for now. We're doing a Halloween miniseries. I'm going to be returning to DMing. The dates on that are not officially set yet, but we are going to do a Halloween miniseries for D and Dorks. So Outlaws of the Seven is 8 episodes. That's going to go for the next 2 months. And then we are doing the Halloween miniseries in October. So that's going to be fun. Again, no details on that yet. What other things do I have to say? Oh, last announcement here. My personal streams, not D and Dorks, but my personal streams, starting next week, are going to move up an hour to 7 Central Time. So if you don't want to do the time conversion, it's just up an hour. My TikTok lives are going to move up an hour as well. I do a TikTok live pre-show if you don't see that for an hour before I do my Twitch streams. So it's going to be that at 6 Central Time, streams at 7. The length of streams is probably going to be the same, but it's going to give me more flexibility to go a little bit longer if I'd like. Going to be better for people on the East Coast. Just trying to boost some views at the end here. Now, let's see. I was considering... I don't think I'm actually going to do this certain thing. I'm trying to figure out a way to push my YouTube out to people who are looking for Twitch VODs because I'm putting them on YouTube. And that's going to be the better place to watch them rather than Twitch. I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave this one up on Twitch as well. I'm going to upload it on YouTube right away. But I'm going to leave this one on YouTube too. Or on Twitch as well to hopefully sort of direct people to the YouTube. And I'm going to sort of figure out how that works. Point is just follow my YouTube, follow my Twitch, follow the D and Dorks things, all the stuff. I believe on that note, that is going to be the last thing that I have tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. I do hope you enjoyed. I'm going to do this concept again because it was very fun, probably next Wednesday. But yeah, I will see you all on Friday for probably the Power Rangers analysis. I posted on TikTok today. That's another announcement. If you didn't see those, go watch them. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, and I will see you all on Friday.